Welcome to Quiet Lives. Before we drift into tonight's journey, if you find sanctuary here, please consider subscribing to join our community of rest. I would love to know which corner of the world you are finding peace in tonight, and what hour it is where you are. Feel free to share your story in the comments below. Now, let's begin. The first hint of morning light filters through floor-to-ceiling windows, painting a soft golden stripe across the polished marble floor of your penthouse. You are still cocooned in the deep comfort of your bed, the cool, smooth silk sheets whispering against your skin with every slight shift. The fabric feels like a second, lighter skin, a luxurious embrace that yields with every movement. A gentle warmth begins to bloom on one side of your face, a subtle invitation from the rising sun, slowly intensifying. You allow yourself a long, unhurried stretch, feeling the elegant fabric gather and release around your limbs, a soft rustle that barely disturbs the silence. The weight of the duvet shifts lightly, a soft cloud settling back into place over your legs and torso. You notice the faint, clean scent of laundered linen clinging to the silk, a subtle, comforting aroma. You open your eyes slowly, letting them adjust to the serene glow that now fills the expansive room. The silence here is profound, broken only by the almost imperceptible hum of the building's own quiet systems, a distant, reassuring rhythm that seems to vibrate gently through the very structure. Your bare feet find the cool, smooth expanse of the marble floor as you rise from the bed, the initial chill quickly becoming a pleasant, grounding sensation. Each step is deliberate, unhurried, cushioned by the plush, low-pile rug that leads towards the eastern windows. The air, crisp and clean, carries a faint, fresh scent, a subtle promise of the new day, completely unburdened by the city's usual rush. You reach the window, placing a hand lightly on the cool, expansive glass. The surface feels perfectly smooth beneath your palm. The city awakens far below, a vast, intricate collection of muted grays and nascent light, slowly coming into focus. Tiny movements begin to unfold across the urban landscape, yet from this height, they possess a tranquil, almost abstract quality, like a silent film playing out beneath you. You observe the initial glint of sunlight catching on the glass and steel of distant rooftops, a slow, spreading brilliance that creeps across the skyline. The world outside feels contained, a quiet diorama viewed from your private sanctuary, an exclusive vantage point. You pause, simply breathing in the quietude, letting your gaze drift across the horizon, noticing the subtle shift in the clouds as they catch the earliest rays. A small crystal carafe of water stands on a polished chrome tray on a nearby side table. The facets of the carafe catch the light, sending tiny rainbows dancing across the wall. You lift it, feeling its satisfying, cool weight in your hand, and pour a measured stream into a slender, equally polished glass. The water makes a soft, gurgling sound as it fills, a clear, pure note that briefly punctuates the quiet room. You bring the cool glass to your lips, noticing the delicate condensation forming on its outer surface, a fine mist against your skin. The water is cool, utterly refreshing, a clean taste that settles gently on your palate, washing away the last traces of sleep. You hold the glass for a moment longer, feeling its subtle chill against your fingertips, before placing it back down with a soft, almost inaudible click. The light continues to strengthen, painting the room in ever richer hues of gold and cream, illuminating the exquisite textures around you. The day stretches out before you, pristine and unwritten, held within this moment of perfect calm, a gentle invitation to simply be, The warmth of the morning sun, now stronger and more direct, calls to you, drawing you gently towards the expansive glass doors that lead to your private terrace. You slide the polished door open with a soft, almost imperceptible whisper of glass on metal, stepping out into the fresh, sun-drenched air. The cool, quiet stillness of the penthouse gives way to a subtle symphony of the awakening city, a distant, muted hum that feels both alive and unobtrusive. The gentle breeze, carrying a faint, clean scent, brushes against your skin, a pleasant contrast to the indoor air. Your gaze settles on the elegantly prepared breakfast table, positioned perfectly to capture the morning light. A crisp, white linen tablecloth, impeccably pressed, billows almost imperceptibly with the softest breath of wind. On it, gleaming silver cutlery rests beside delicate porcelain, each piece catching the sunlight with a soft sparkle. A small, handcrafted ceramic pitcher holds freshly squeezed orange juice, its vibrant color a focal point against the pristine white. You glide towards the table, your hand brushing lightly against the smooth, cool surface of a polished teak chair before you settle into its comfortable embrace. The slight give of the cushion beneath you is a familiar, comforting sensation. A tall, slender carafe of freshly brewed coffee sits steaming gently, its rich, dark aroma now filling the immediate air around you. You reach for the heavy, silver-plated handle, feeling the comforting warmth radiating through the metal. As you lift the carafe, the subtle clink of porcelain against porcelain accompanies the pour, a delicate sound that echoes softly in the open air. The dark, fragrant liquid flows smoothly into your cup, filling it with a deep, inviting warmth. You bring the cup to your lips, the smooth ceramic feeling pleasant against your skin, and take a slow, deliberate sip. The coffee is rich, perfectly balanced, a subtle bitterness giving way to a lasting, warm comfort on your tongue. Your fingers trace the delicate curve of a perfectly golden croissant, its surface subtly flaky, resting on a small, round plate. You break off a piece, feeling the crisp resistance of the outer layer give way to a soft, airy interior. The scent of warm butter and baked dough drifts upwards, a simple, pure indulgence. You bring the delicate morsel to your lips, savoring its light, almost ethereal texture, a subtle sweetness blossoming on your palate. The distant city below continues its quiet unfolding, a panorama of muted motion and light, yet your attention remains here, anchored to these small, perfect moments. You watch a solitary bird glide effortlessly on an unseen current of air, a silent, graceful arc against the vast, pale blue. The sun warms your shoulders, a gentle, steady presence. Everything feels perfectly aligned, perfectly still, perfectly at peace. The gentle hum of the city, which accompanied your morning coffee on the terrace, now fades into a profound quiet as a heavy, carved oak door closes softly behind you. You step into the hushed expanse of a grand private gallery, the air instantly cooler, carrying the faint, dignified scent of aged wood and polished stone. The subtle click of the latch settling into its frame is the only sound, sealing you within this sanctuary of art and stillness. Overhead, meticulously placed spotlights cast soft, warm pools of light onto individual masterpieces, leaving the surrounding spaces in a comforting, respectful dimness. Your shoes, soft on the polished marble floor, make almost no sound as you begin to move, each step deliberate and unhurried. You find yourself drawn to a large canvas, its presence commanding a quiet corner. As you approach, the light reveals the intricate weave of the linen, the subtle texture of the paint itself, built up in delicate layers. Your eyes trace the sweeping lines of a landscape, a vista rendered with such precision that you can almost feel the gentle breeze depicted within the frame. A gilded frame, ornate yet understated, holds the painting, its intricate carvings catching and reflecting the ambient light in tiny shifting glimmers. You lean in slightly, close enough to discern the individual brushstrokes, the subtle variations in color that give the illusion of depth and movement. The quiet hum of the gallery's climate control system is barely audible, a steady, low thrum that serves only to deepen the sense of isolated calm. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the silence to settle around you, noticing the faint, almost imperceptible scent of oil paint, dry and ancient, emanating from the canvas. Your gaze drifts from the painting to a nearby sculpture, a bronze figure standing on a dark pedestal. The metal is smooth, cool to the touch if you were to reach out, but you observe its surface with your eyes, noting how the soft light glides across its contours, highlighting the subtle curves and angles. The deep, rich patina of the bronze speaks of the passage of centuries, reflecting the enduring skill of its maker. You continue your measured stroll, the only sound now the almost imperceptible whisper of your own breath. The vastness of the space feels intimate in its emptiness, a privilege of solitude. You pass display cases holding delicate antique artifacts, their intricate details visible through the clear, polished glass. Each object seems to hold its own quiet story, patiently waiting in the soft, ambient glow. The air remains cool, a consistent, gentle temperature that is both refreshing and calming. You allow your eyes to wander, taking in the architectural details of the high ceilings, the subtle patterns in the dark wood paneling on the walls, the quiet grandeur of the space. The experience is one of profound, unhurried observation. No crowds, no rushed glances, just the quiet communion between you and the art. The stillness of the gallery wraps around you like a soft, luxurious cloak, inviting introspection. You find a comfortable bench, upholstered in deep velvet, and settle onto its plush surface, feeling the gentle give beneath you. The silence deepens further, becoming a tangible presence. You simply sit, breathing slowly, letting the quiet beauty of the space envelop you, holding you gently within its peaceful embrace. The distant city outside feels infinitely far away, a forgotten echo. You move through the hushed expanse of the private gallery, the velvet bench you rested upon now a soft memory behind you. A subtle shift in the ambient lighting draws your attention towards a secluded alcove, where a single newly acquired masterpiece rests, awaiting its formal presentation. The air in this particular space feels even stiller, almost reverent, as if holding its breath in anticipation. You approach slowly, your steps measured and soft on the polished marble, each small sound absorbed by the silence. The painting itself, unadorned by a frame for this initial, private viewing, glows with an inner luminescence under the focused, gentle light. It depicts a quiet, sun-dappled courtyard, rendered with an exquisite softness that seems to invite you into its tranquil depths. You notice the delicate play of light across ancient stone, the subtle variations in color within the shadowed corners, and the almost palpable texture of the distant foliage. Your eyes trace the artist's meticulous brushwork, observing how each stroke contributes to the overall sense of serene depth. The canvas itself has a faint, earthy scent, a blend of linen and dry pigments, a quiet whisper of its creation. You stand for a long moment, allowing the image to truly settle within your gaze. The silence of the gallery wraps around you like a soft, insulating blanket, enhancing the feeling of being utterly alone with this remarkable piece. You extend a hand not to touch the canvas, but to hover just inches from its surface, feeling the subtle coolness of the air around it. The paint, you observe, has a slight, almost imperceptible relief, a testament to the artist's hand, creating a miniature landscape of peaks and valleys across the flat plain. This quiet interaction with the art feels like a privilege, a secret shared between observer and creation, far from the bustling world. Your attention drifts to the quality of the light itself, how it falls so precisely on the painting, revealing every nuanced detail without harshness. It seems to caress the surface, coaxing out deeper hues and hidden textures. You imagine the journey this canvas has taken, from the artist's studio, through various hands and homes, finally arriving here, into your care. There's a quiet satisfaction in this thought, a sense of stewardship, of preserving beauty for the future. The weight of its history, though silent, feels present in the air, a gentle resonance. You take a slow, calming breath, allowing your shoulders to soften, your posture to ease. The profound stillness of the room, punctuated only by the distant, almost inaudible hum of the gallery's environmental controls, encourages a deep sense of quiet contemplation. You let your gaze wander one last time across the tranquil courtyard within the painting, noticing a single, perfect shadow cast by an unseen archway. The scene holds a quiet promise, a timeless peace. You feel a gentle sense of peace settling within you, a quiet understanding of the beauty that surrounds you, and the comfort of this private, unhurried moment. The cool, still air of the private gallery, where you recently contemplated a newly acquired masterpiece, gives way to an even deeper, more profound chill as you step through another heavy, insulated door. It closes behind you with a soft, solid thud, sealing out all external sound, leaving you in a complete, almost reverent silence. A distinct, earthy aroma, a blend of damp stone, old wood, and the faint, sweet breath of aging wine instantly fills your senses, a comforting, complex perfume. The air itself feels cool and slightly humid against your skin, a refreshing contrast to the earlier warmth of the day. Dim, warm sconces, strategically placed, cast long, soft shadows across rows upon rows of dark wooden racks, each cradling countless bottles. The light is just enough to read the labels, yet soft enough to maintain the cellar's timeless, hushed atmosphere. You move slowly, your footsteps absorbed by the thick, compressed earth floor beneath a scattering of ancient, worn flagstones. Each step feels deliberate, cushioned, almost soundless. Your eyes scan the meticulously organized labels, each one a tiny story, a year, a region, a producer, a quiet testament to time. A faint, rhythmic hum from the cellar's precise climate control system is barely audible, a steady, low thrum that deepens the sense of isolated calm rather than breaking it. You trace a finger lightly across a dust-covered label, feeling the fine, soft powder cling for a moment before disappearing. The paper itself has a slight, almost parchment-like texture beneath your touch, hinting at its age. Your gaze drifts, lingering on particular vintages, memories of past occasions or future possibilities gently surfacing. The deep, rich hues of the wine, visible through the dark glass, seem to hold their own quiet light in the dimness. You pause, allowing your breath to slow, to match the unhurried pace of the cellar itself. Your attention finally settles on a particular bottle, its label, though subtle, somehow catching your eye. It seems to call to you from its slumber within the rack. You reach out, your hands steady and deliberate, your fingers closing around the cool, smooth glass, feeling its substantial, comforting weight. The capsule at the neck is firm, unyielding, a perfect seal. You carefully draw the bottle from its slot, a gentle, almost imperceptible scrape of glass against wood accompanying its release. You turn it slowly in your hand, admiring the deep, rich color of the liquid, a liquid jewel held captive within the dark glass, a promise of moments to come. The faint glint of a tiny bead of condensation on the bottle's surface catches the soft light, a testament to the cellar's perfectly maintained temperature. You feel the subtle chill seep into your palm, a tangible connection to the years of patient aging. You hold the bottle for a moment longer, its quiet promise held within its dark glass, a silent companion. The deep silence of the cellar envelops you, a peaceful, timeless space where patience is paramount. You turn, the chosen vintage now a companion for the evening, ready to ascend from its cool, still slumber into the gentle warmth of anticipation. The cool, earthy scent of the wine cellar gently recedes as you step into the soft, inviting warmth of your study, the chosen bottle held carefully in your hand. The air here is subtly warmer, carrying faint notes of old leather and polished wood, a welcoming contrast to the cellar's damp chill. A low, crackling fire already casts a soft, shifting glow across the room, its gentle warmth drawing you further into the intimate space. The subtle scent of burning oak begins to mingle with the promise held within the bottle you carry. You approach a polished mahogany table positioned near the hearth, its surface gleaming softly in the firelight. On it, a crystal decanter stands ready, its elegant curves promising a graceful reception for the wine. Beside it, a slender, silver corkscrew awaits, its smooth mechanism. You carefully set the bottle down, feeling the cool glass settle against the warm wood of the table with a soft, almost imperceptible click. The fire in the grate murmurs quietly, a soothing backdrop. Your fingers deftly remove the foil capsule from the bottle's neck, the thin metal peeling away with a faint, dry whisper. You then position the corkscrew with meticulous care. Finding the cork center, with a slow, deliberate twist, you begin to turn the handle, feeling the solid resistance as the worm penetrates the cork. The soft, rhythmic grinding builds quiet anticipation with each rotation. You maintain steady pressure for a clean extraction. Finally, with a soft, satisfying spop, the cork releases, its faint, earthy aroma immediately rising to meet you, a concentrated essence of the wine's long slumber. You place the cork gently on the table. Next, you pick up the crystal decanter. You carefully tilt the bottle, beginning the slow, steady pour. The rich, dark liquid flows smoothly from the bottle's neck, a continuous, glistening stream cascading down the inner curves of the decanter. You watch intently, observing the wine's clarity, its deep ruby hue catching the firelight, revealing subtle flashes of garnet and amber. A soft, rhythmic gurgle fills the quiet room. You keep the bottle tilted, allowing the wine to breathe as it makes its graceful descent, ensuring no sediment disturbs the decanter. Once the last drop has been transferred, you set the empty bottle aside and gently swirl the decanter, allowing the wine to awaken. The liquid shimmers and shifts within the crystal. You carry the decanter to a plush, leather armchair, its inviting contours. You settle into its embrace, the soft leather yielding beneath you, The decanter rests on a table beside you, its contents slowly breathing, ready for the quiet evening. The fire continues its gentle crackle, casting long, dancing shadows on the walls. You close your eyes for a moment, simply listening to the fire, feeling the profound stillness, completely at ease. The warmth of your study and the crackling fire now feel like a distant memory as a heavy, subtly padded door closes silently behind you. You step into the hushed, almost reverent stillness of a Parisian atelier, the air instantly cooler, carrying the delicate, refined scent of fine fabrics, a blend of silk, wool, and a faint, clean starch. The soft, diffused light of late afternoon filters through tall, elegant windows, illuminating dust motes dancing lazily in the quiet air, creating a gentle, ethereal glow. Your shoes, soft on the thick, plush carpet, make no sound at all as you move deeper into the tranquil space. Around you, rolls of exquisite silk, in every imaginable shade, from deep sapphire to shimmering silver, are neatly stacked on polished mahogany shelves. Bolts of satin, velvet, and delicate lace drape gracefully over antique mannequins, their silent forms holding the promise of future creations. A quiet, focused energy permeates the room, a sense of meticulous craftsmanship that needs no sound to express itself. You observe a long, oak cutting table in the center of the room, its smooth, aged surface bearing the faint, almost invisible marks of countless patterns laid out, measured, and cut with precision over the decades. A soft, almost imperceptible rustle draws your attention as a figure, dressed in a simple, elegant, dark uniform, moves with quiet grace. They approach you, holding a garment of pure, unblemished silk, its surface catching the light with a liquid sheen. The fabric, a gentle ivory, seems to float as they present it. You reach out, your fingertips brushing against the cool, incredibly smooth surface of the silk. It feels utterly weightless, yet substantial, flowing like water through your fingers. The sensation is one of pure, understated luxury, a whisper against your skin. You allow the garment to be gently draped over your shoulders, feeling the immediate, cool caress of the silk against your bare arms. It settles with a soft sigh, adapting instantly to your form. The fabric is so fine, so fluid, that it feels almost like an extension of your own skin, a second, more luxurious layer. You turn slowly, observing your reflection in a tall, ornate mirror, the silk clinging and flowing in perfect harmony with your movements. The subtle sheen of the material catches the filtered light, creating soft highlights and shadows that add depth and elegance. A soft, almost inaudible click of tiny pins being selected from a velvet cushion reaches your ears as the silent figure begins to make subtle adjustments. Their movements are precise, economical, their hands deft and experienced as they smooth the fabric, tucking and shaping with an almost artistic touch. You feel the lightest pressure of their fingers, the cool metal of a pin as it slides through the silk, a barely there sensation. The atelier remains perfectly quiet, save for these small, focused sounds of creation, a testament to the patient artistry unfolding around you. You stand still, breathing slowly, allowing the unparalleled softness of the silk to envelop you, a gentle, comforting presence. The quiet hum of meticulous work surrounds you, a tranquil cocoon. The refined scent of silk and the quiet hum of the atelier gently recede as you step through a discreet, almost hidden archway, leaving behind the world of meticulous craft. You find yourself in the serene embrace of a private courtyard garden, the air immediately softer, imbued with the delicate, sweet perfume of ancient wisteria. The sounds of the city, which were always a distant murmur, are now entirely absorbed by the lush foliage and high stone walls, leaving only a profound, enveloping quiet. Gentle, dappled light, softened by the late afternoon sun filtering through the dense canopy, paints shifting patterns across the worn flagstones beneath your feet. Above you, the magnificent wisteria, centuries old, forms a living, fragrant ceiling. Its gnarled, thick branches, dark and twisted like ancient sculptures, crisscross overhead, supporting a lavish cascade of pale lavender blossoms. Each cluster hangs with a graceful weight, their delicate petals stirring almost imperceptibly with the softest breath of wind. You lift your head, inhaling deeply, allowing the sweet, floral scent to fill your lungs, a calming balm to your senses. The air here feels cooler, fresher, a sanctuary from any lingering warmth of the day. You follow a narrow, winding path of smooth, moss-kissed flagstones, your steps soft and unhurried. The path leads you to a secluded corner where a simple, weathered stone bench rests, partially embraced by the wistaria's trailing vines. The stone, cool and solid, invites you to pause. You settle onto its surface, feeling the gentle coolness against your skin, a grounding sensation that connects you to the earth beneath. Your fingers instinctively trace the rough, textured surface of the ancient stone, feeling the subtle imperfections, the marks of time. From your quiet perch, you observe the intricate dance of light and shadow playing across the courtyard. A single, diligent bee hums softly nearby, a tiny, focused sound that only enhances the pervasive tranquility, a gentle counterpoint to the profound stillness. You notice how the sunlight filters through the wisteria leaves, creating a mosaic of emerald and gold on the ground, each leaf a tiny filter for the fading light. The distant, almost imperceptible rustle of leaves high above is the only other sound, a soft, hypnotic whisper. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the gentle breeze caress your face, carrying the intoxicating fragrance of the wisteria. The cool air, the sweet scent, the profound quiet, they all combine to create a deeply soothing cocoon. You feel a sense of timelessness settle over you, a quiet reverence for the enduring beauty of this hidden space. Everything outside this private sanctuary seems to fade, leaving only the gentle presence of the wisteria, its ancient strength and delicate beauty. You simply rest, breathing slowly, allowing yourself to be held in this moment of perfect, unburdened peace. The profound stillness of the wisteria-filled courtyard now yields to a different kind of calm, a rhythmic, gentle sway that envelops you as you step onto the expansive teak deck of your private yacht. The air here is distinct, carrying the clean, invigorating scent of salt and the vast, cool breath of the open sea. Dusk has begun its slow, graceful descent, painting the boundless horizon in soft, dissolving hues of apricot and rose. The faint, distant murmur of the city, once a gentle presence, is now an almost forgotten echo, replaced by the soft, continuous lapping of water against the hull. You move towards the polished railing, your hand instinctively reaching for the smooth, cool metal. The teak deck planks beneath your bare feet feel solid yet subtly yielding with the yacht's gentle rock, a comforting, almost cradling motion. Each plank, meticulously laid, has a fine, almost imperceptible texture, warm from the last lingering rays of the sun. The vast expanse of the ocean stretches out before you, an endless canvas of deepening blues and grays, seamlessly merging with the fading sky. The horizon line, once sharp, now blurs into an indistinct ethereal blend of color and light. You lean against the railing, feeling the cool, firm surface against your forearms, letting the subtle vibrations of the yacht's passage resonate gently through you. The rhythmic rise and fall of the vessel is slow, deliberate, a natural pulse that encourages your own breathing to deepen and slow. Your gaze sweeps across the water, where tiny, almost invisible ripples catch the last vestiges of light, shimmering briefly before dissolving into the gathering twilight. The sound of the waves, a consistent, soft murmur, is a hypnotic lullaby, a constant presence that fills the vast silence. As the sun dips lower, a cool, refreshing breeze brushes against your skin, carrying with it the pure, clean essence of the sea. You close your eyes for a moment, simply absorbing the feeling of the wind, the subtle shift in temperature, the pervasive scent of salt and distant water. When you open them again, the sky has deepened to a profound indigo, and the first faint pinpricks of stars begin to emerge, almost imperceptible against the lingering glow of the twilight. Each star appears slowly, deliberately, as if being carefully placed by an unseen hand. The deck lights, strategically placed and softly glowing, cast a warm, inviting ambiance across the polished wood, creating pools of gentle illumination that contrast beautifully with the deepening darkness of the sea. You notice the subtle reflections of these lights dancing on the water's surface, tiny shimmering trails that follow the yacht's slow, steady course. The distant silhouette of the coastline, once visible, has now completely dissolved into the twilight, leaving only the immense, encompassing presence of the ocean. This feeling of being suspended between the fading day and the emerging night, surrounded by infinite space, brings a profound sense of tranquility. You stand, simply observing, allowing the gentle rhythm of the yacht and the vastness of the horizon to quiet your thoughts, inviting a deep and unhurried peace. The last vestiges of twilight have now completely melted into the profound darkness of the open sea, deepening the indigo sky to an inky velvet. The gentle sway of the yacht, a continuous, soothing rhythm, remains your constant companion as you stand on the polished teak deck. The air, crisp and cool, carries the invigorating scent of salt and the vast, clean breath of the ocean, a refreshing contrast to any lingering warmth of the day. Above you, the stars, once mere pinpricks, have now erupted into a breathtaking, shimmering canopy, stretching endlessly across the vast expanse of the night sky. You move slowly towards a comfortable, low-slung lounge chair, its cushions covered in a soft, durable marine fabric. The material feels cool and smooth beneath your fingertips as you settle into its generous embrace. The subtle give of the cushion perfectly cradles your form, allowing you to recline with ease, your gaze now effortlessly directed upwards. The polished teak deck beneath your feet continues its almost imperceptible undulation with the yacht's gentle rock, a soft, hypnotic motion that subtly aligns with your breathing. The distant, rhythmic lapping of water against the hull is a constant, quiet melody, a soothing accompaniment to the immense silence. As you lean back, the cool, soft sea breeze whispers across your face, carrying with it the pure, untainted essence of the ocean. It feels like a gentle caress, a calming presence that encourages your thoughts to drift and dissipate, leaving only the present moment. You close your eyes for a brief instant, allowing the sensation of the breeze and the rhythmic rocking to fully envelop you, a perfect blend of natural elements. When you open them again, the sheer number of stars is even more astonishing, each one a tiny, brilliant jewel scattered across the velvet blackness. Your eyes begin to trace the delicate patterns formed by the constellations, recognizing familiar shapes, and discovering new, faint clusters that shimmer at the very edge of visibility. The light from these distant suns travels across unimaginable distances, reaching you here, suspended in the quiet vastness of the sea. There is no artificial light pollution, no competing glow, just the pure, unadulterated brilliance of the cosmos. The deep, rich dark of the sky feels infinite, a boundless canvas that instills a profound sense of perspective and quiet wonder. The gentle creak of the yacht's rigging, a soft, almost musical sigh, occasionally punctuates the silence, a reminder of the vessel's steady presence beneath you. You feel utterly weightless, suspended between the vastness of the ocean and the boundless expanse of the stars. Your breathing slows even further, becoming deep and even, harmonizing with the soft, steady rhythm of the waves. The world shrinks to this singular, exquisite moment, a perfect blend of natural beauty and profound peace. You simply watch, allowing the quiet majesty of the night sky to wash over you, pulling you gently into a deep, unburdened tranquility. The rhythmic sway of the yacht and the cool, salt-laced breeze are now a fading memory as you step into the still, sunlit warmth of your private library. A distinct, comforting scent immediately greets you, a rich blend of aged paper, polished wood, and the faint, sweet trace of leather, a tranquil embrace after the open vastness of the sea. Golden light, filtered through tall, leaded glass windows, streams across the room, illuminating dust motes dancing lazily in the quiet air, creating an almost ethereal glow. The thick, hand-knotted rug beneath your feet feels soft and resilient, absorbing any sound, making your steps almost imperceptible as you move deeper into the sanctuary of books. Your gaze sweeps across the towering shelves, each one laden with countless volumes, their spines a rich tapestry of colors and textures, from worn leather to crisp linen. The sheer number of stories and histories contained within these walls creates a profound sense of quietude, a silent invitation to explore. You find yourself drawn towards a particular section, your fingers tracing lightly over the spines of centuries-old tomes. The cool, dry leather of one binding, then the slightly rough texture of another, passes beneath your touch, each volume holding its own unique tactile presence. The air here feels consistently warm, a gentle, unchanging temperature that encourages lingering. After a moment of quiet contemplation, your hand settles on a specific book, its binding a deep, muted green, slightly faded with time. You carefully draw it from the shelf, feeling its unexpected weight, a solid, comforting presence in your hands. The edges of the pages, you notice, are subtly gilded, a faint shimmer catching the sun's light. You carry the book towards a large, inviting armchair, upholstered in soft, deep pile velvet. The fabric yields gently as you settle into its generous embrace, the slight creak of the well-loved wood frame a soft, familiar sound. The silence of the room deepens around you, punctuated only by the occasional, almost imperceptible sigh of the settling house. You open the book with a deliberate slowness, the covers parting with a soft, dry rustle. The initial pages, slightly yellowed with age, release a faint puff of that distinct, sweet, almost vanilla-like scent of old paper. Your fingers, warm and gentle, smooth the first page, feeling the fine, slightly brittle texture beneath your touch. The antique typeface, elegant and precise, seems to whisper its words to you from across the centuries. You pause, allowing your eyes to adjust, to absorb the quiet beauty of the printed page. With utmost care, you reach out to turn a page, your thumb resting lightly on the corner. There is a slight, almost imperceptible friction as your skin meets the paper. With a gentle lift and release, the page separates from its neighbor with a soft, dry whisper, a delicate sound that seems to echo in the quiet room. The newly revealed page unfurls slowly, presenting its contents to your waiting gaze. You notice the subtle variation in the paper's texture, a faint watermark perhaps, or a tiny preserved imperfection from its creation. The sunbeam shifts slightly, highlighting a single faint illustration in the margin, a tiny, intricate drawing that seems to hold a forgotten secret. The feeling of holding such history, of being the quiet custodian of these words, is deeply soothing. You simply rest, allowing the soft sounds and sensations of the ancient book to lull you into a state of profound, unhurried calm. The sunlit warmth of your private library continues to envelop you, now even more deeply as you settle into the soft embrace of the velvet armchair. The ancient book resting gently in your hands, the distinctive scent of aged paper, a blend of vanilla and dry wood, persists in the air around you, a comforting presence. The thick, plush velvet of the armchair yields slowly beneath you, molding perfectly to your form, its deep, inviting texture a tactile luxury. A soft, almost imperceptible sigh escapes the cushions as you find your ideal position, completely at ease, ready to immerse yourself in the quiet wisdom held within the pages. You allow the heavy leather-bound volume to rest comfortably on your lap, its substantial weight a grounding presence against your thighs. Your fingers, still warm from the sun, trace the intricate, slightly raised patterns on the aged leather cover, feeling the subtle indentations and smooth expanses. The cool, dry surface of the book's spine, where it meets your palm, offers a quiet contrast to the plush warmth of the velvet beneath you. The golden light, softened by the leaded glass windows, falls directly onto the open pages, illuminating the delicate parchment with a soft, inviting glow. Your gaze drifts across the meticulously hand-scribed script, following the elegant curves and precise flourishes of the ancient ink. Each letter, each word, seems to have been placed with deliberate care, a testament to the patient hand that formed them centuries ago. You notice the subtle variations in the ink's hue, from deep sepia to a softer, faded brown, hinting at the passage of time and the changing light under which it was originally written. A tiny, almost invisible imperfection in the parchment, a natural fiber perhaps, catches your eye for a moment, a small, authentic detail that connects you directly to its origin. The quiet hum of the house, a distant, barely there sound, serves only to deepen the pervasive silence of the library. You take a slow, deliberate breath, allowing your shoulders to soften further, your posture to relax completely. The scent of the old paper, now closer, seems to deepen, filling your senses with its gentle, historical aroma. Your eyes linger on a small, intricate illumination in the margin, a miniature drawing of a delicate leaf or a stylized bird, rendered with such fine detail that you almost feel the texture of its tiny feathers. The colors, though muted by centuries, still hold a soft vibrancy, a quiet echo of their original brilliance. The sunbeam, moving almost imperceptibly as the afternoon progresses, shifts slightly, causing a new section of the page to softly illuminate, inviting your attention. With a gentle, unhurried motion, you lift a hand, your thumb resting lightly on the corner of the aged page. You feel the fine, almost papery texture beneath your skin, a subtle roughness that speaks of its long history. With the lightest pressure, you carefully turn the page, allowing it to detach from its neighbor with a soft, dry whisper, a delicate, almost reverent sound. The newly revealed page unfurls slowly, presenting its contents to your waiting gaze, a fresh canvas of ancient script and quiet beauty. You pause, allowing your eyes to adjust, absorbing the profound stillness of the moment, utterly lost in the peaceful embrace of the manuscript and the quiet wisdom it holds. The light continues to soften, deepening the golden hues in the room. The quiet wisdom of the old manuscript in your sunlit library gently recedes as you step through a discreet, heavy door. The air immediately shifts, becoming profoundly warm and moist, carrying the subtle, herbaceous scent of eucalyptus and a faint, clean mineral note. You are now within the hushed, enveloping steam of your private spa, a sanctuary of warmth and profound quietude. The transition is seamless, a deliberate movement from intellectual calm to a deep, physical release. The atmosphere here is thick, a soft, warm cloud that instantly wraps around you, a stark, yet comforting contrast to the dry air of the library. Your skin quickly absorbs the gentle moisture, feeling a soft, delicate dew forming on your eyelashes, the tips of your hair, and the exposed skin of your arms. It's a sensation of being gently cleansed, purified by the pervasive warmth. The diffused light filters through the opaque glass panels, creating a hazy, dreamlike glow that softens every edge and contour of the room, blurring the distinction between solid form and ethereal mist. A low, rhythmic hiss, almost imperceptible, emanates from the hidden steam vents, a constant, soothing whisper that fills the space with its gentle, consistent presence. You can feel the very air itself holding you, a soft, warm embrace. Your bare feet find the cool, smooth surface of the polished stone floor, each step deliberate and unhurried. The large, rectangular tiles, a deep, muted charcoal gray, absorb sound, making your movements almost silent, a soft whisper of skin against stone. Ahead, a long, elegantly curved bench of smooth, perfectly heated marble invites you to rest. The walls, also of a subtly textured stone, seem to shimmer faintly in the diffused light, reflecting the soft glow in a gentle, undulating dance, almost as if the room itself is breathing. You notice the tiny, glistening droplets of condensation clinging to every vertical surface, gathering slowly, almost imperceptibly, before releasing their hold and tracing a fine, transient path downwards. This delicate movement adds to the visual tranquility. You approach the marble bench, extending a hand to test its surface. It radiates a consistent, deeply penetrating warmth, a profound heat that promises to relax every muscle, every fiber of your being. You settle onto it with a slow, deliberate motion, feeling the solid, smooth stone beneath you, the warmth immediately seeping into your body, starting from your lower back and slowly spreading outwards, up your spine and down into your legs. Your shoulders begin to soften, releasing any lingering tension from the day, feeling it gently melt away with the heat. The faint scent of eucalyptus, initially subtle, seems to deepen with the rising temperature, becoming more pronounced, clearing your mind with its crisp, clean, invigorating aroma, a gentle invitation to simply let go. The air around you is so dense with steam that visibility is gently reduced, creating a profound sense of private enclosure, a soft, protective cocoon that shields you from any outside distractions. The boundaries of the room seem to blur, dissolving into a peaceful, hazy expanse where only sensation truly exists. You can hear the very faint, gentle drip of condensation gathering and falling somewhere nearby, a soft, irregular patter that is both natural and deeply calming, like a tiny, distant rain shower. Each breath you take is deep and moist, filling your lungs with the pure, warm air, a profound, cleansing sensation that revitalizes from within, calming your entire nervous system with its gentle rhythm. You feel your heartbeat slow to match the measured pace of the steam, a quiet, internal drum. You close your eyes, allowing the enveloping warmth and the subtle, clean scents to transport you completely. The soft, continuous hiss of the steam and the gentle, irregular drip of water become the only sounds, guiding your awareness inwards, away from any lingering thoughts. The enveloping warmth of the steam room begins to subtly recede as a soft, gentle hand guides you from the marble bench. You step onto a plush, thick rug, its deep pile cushioning your feet, absorbing any sound. The air here, while still warm, feels clearer, infused with a new, delicate aroma of lavender and warm almond oil, a tranquil invitation to deeper relaxation, a natural progression from the purifying steam. You are led into an adjacent, softly lit chamber where the light is even more subdued, casting long, gentle shadows across the muted walls. In the center, a wide, deeply cushioned massage table awaits, draped in layers of soft, pristine white linen. The fabric looks incredibly inviting, a haven of comfort, its surface smooth and unblemished. You settle onto the table with a slow, deliberate motion, feeling the generous give of the padding beneath you, the cool, smooth linen brushing against your skin. A warm, heavy towel is then gently placed over your lower back, its comforting weight immediately beginning to draw out any remaining tension, a profound, soothing heat that seeps into your muscles. A soft, almost imperceptible whisper of movement indicates a presence nearby. You feel a light, warm drizzle of oil being poured onto your skin, starting at your shoulders. The liquid is smooth, slightly viscous, and instantly comforting as it spreads across your skin. The scent of lavender and almond, previously subtle, now blooms more fully in the warm air, a truly calming perfume that fills your senses. Then, the gentle, firm touch of warm hands begins to work across your upper back, a slow, deliberate pressure that feels both grounding and deeply releasing. Each stroke is measured, unhurried, a quiet conversation between skilled touch and muscle. The skilled hands move with a rhythmic, almost hypnotic grace, kneading softly at the base of your neck, then slowly working outwards across your shoulders. You feel tiny knots of tension, accumulated throughout the day, begin to unravel, softening and dissolving under the steady, reassuring pressure. There is a faint, almost imperceptible sound of the oil being worked into your skin, a delicate, slick whisper that is deeply soothing. Your breathing deepens naturally, becoming more expansive, each exhale carrying away a little more of the day's gentle weight, a quiet sigh of release. The room remains perfectly quiet, save for the soft, measured strokes of the massage. A distant, almost inaudible chime of a wind ornament, or the gentle, consistent whisper of a hidden air purifier, forms a subtle backdrop that only enhances the profound stillness. The warm oil continues to release its calming fragrance, a constant, gentle presence in the air, a soft, aromatic cloud that wraps around you. You feel yourself sinking deeper into the cushioned table, becoming one with the warmth and the gentle rhythmic pressure, a complete surrender to the moment. A profound sense of surrender begins to settle over you, a complete release of control. Your limbs feel heavy, deeply relaxed, yet strangely light at the same time. The gentle, consistent pressure on your muscles feels like a slow, steady tide, washing away every last trace of physical and mental tension. You are simply present, aware only of the soothing touch, the comforting warmth, and the gentle, rhythmic breathing that has become so natural. Every fiber of your being feels nourished, quieted, prepared for deep rest. The strokes become even softer, lighter, gradually fading into a feather-light touch, a subtle farewell. You feel the lingering warmth of the oil on your skin, a comforting residue that stays with you. The room remains in its hushed tranquility, the scent of lavender gently filling the air, a continuous, calming presence. You simply lie, suspended in this perfect stillness, your body deeply relaxed, your mind utterly quiet, ready to drift into a profound and restorative sleep. The lingering warmth of the gentle massage and the subtle scent of lavender oil now give way to a fresh, verdant coolness as you step into the open air of a serene garden pavilion. The transition is seamless, a deliberate shift from intimate physical comfort to an expansive, yet equally quiet, mental calm. The air here carries the clean, earthy fragrance of damp soil and vibrant green foliage, a refreshing contrast to the perfumed warmth of the spa. Soft, diffused daylight, filtered through the delicate bamboo blinds that line the pavilion's open sides, casts a gentle, ethereal glow across the polished wooden floor. You find yourself standing on smooth, dark wood, cool and solid beneath your bare feet. The pavilion is a masterpiece of quiet craftsmanship, constructed from natural, unvarnished cedar, its subtle, woody scent mingling with the garden's freshness. Beyond the open sides, meticulously sculpted greenery creates a living wall, absorbing any distant sounds, leaving only the soft, irregular drip of water from a hidden fountain and the faint, rhythmic rustle of bamboo leaves in a barely there breeze. These sounds are not intrusive, but rather form a delicate, calming soundtrack to the tranquil space. A figure, moving with an almost imperceptible grace, kneels quietly before a low, lacquered table in the center of the pavilion. Their movements are fluid, precise, and utterly silent, a meditative dance of preparation. On the table, an array of delicate ceramic bowls, a polished bamboo whisk, and a small, perfectly proportioned teapot gleam softly in the diffused light. Each object is placed with intentionality, an aesthetic of quiet reverence. You approach slowly, your steps soft and unhurried on the polished wood, and settle onto a thick, woven cushion positioned thoughtfully before the table. The cushion yields gently, inviting you into its comforting embrace. Your gaze follows the tea master's hands as they meticulously warm the bowls, then carefully measure the vibrant green tea powder. There is no rush, no wasted motion, only a profound focus that seems to slow time itself. You hear the soft, almost inaudible scrape of the bamboo whisk against the ceramic bowl as they begin to froth the tea, a delicate, rhythmic sound, like a gentle whisper. The air around you begins to fill with the fresh, slightly grassy aroma of the prepared tea, a subtle, invigorating scent that awakens the senses without jarring them. A small, perfectly balanced ceramic bowl is then presented to you, its surface warm and smooth against your palms. You feel the subtle texture of the unglazed ceramic, a grounding, earthy sensation. The vibrant green liquid within, topped with a delicate layer of fine, airy foam, seems to hold its own quiet light. You bring the bowl slowly to your lips, inhaling the pure, clean fragrance once more, before taking a small, deliberate sip. The tea is warm, slightly bitter, yet deeply refreshing, a taste that settles gently on your tongue, leaving a clean, lasting impression. You hold the warm bowl in your hands, feeling the steady heat seep into your fingertips, a profound connection to the ancient ritual. The garden outside remains perfectly still. The bamboo leaves a soft green blur beyond the pavilion's edges. Your breathing has deepened, becoming even and unhurried, mirroring the calm rhythm of the ceremony. You simply sit, observing the subtle play of light on the wooden table, the quiet grace of the tea master's movements, and the gentle warmth of the bowl in your hands. This moment, suspended in time, feels utterly peaceful, a quiet sanctuary for your thoughts, allowing them to settle and drift. The delicate ceramic bowl, now filled with the vibrant green tea from the meditative ceremony, rests lightly in your hands. Its warmth, a gentle, profound comfort that seeps slowly into your palms. You are still seated on the thick, woven cushion in the serene garden pavilion. The subtle, earthy scent of damp soil and fresh bamboo leaves a continuous presence in the cool, filtered air around you. The soft, diffused daylight, softened by the delicate bamboo blinds, casts a gentle, ethereal glow across the polished wooden floor, creating an atmosphere of quiet reverence. You hold the bowl with a deliberate slowness, feeling the smooth, slightly textured porcelain against your skin. The warmth is steady, a constant, soothing presence that radiates upwards, gently warming your fingers and wrists. Your eyes trace the delicate, almost imperceptible pattern etched into the ceramic, a small detail that speaks of the craftsman's patient hand. The vibrant green liquid within the bowl, now settled, has a deep, almost luminous quality, catching the soft light and reflecting it back in subtle, shifting hues. A faint wisp of steam rises from the surface, carrying with it the pure, clean aroma of the rare tea leaves, a subtle, earthy fragrance with hints of fresh grass and a delicate, almost sweet undertone. You bring the bowl slowly to your lips, the smooth rim touching your skin with a cool, fine sensation. You inhale deeply once more, allowing the rich, complex aroma to fill your senses, a profound, calming breath that settles your thoughts. With a gentle, unhurried motion, you take a small sip. The tea is warm, almost hot, spreading its subtle bitterness across your tongue, followed by a lingering, clean sweetness that coats your palate. The liquid feels smooth, almost velvety, as it travels down, leaving a comforting warmth in its wake. There is no rush, only the pure, unadulterated experience of the tea, a moment of quiet communion with its ancient essence. The tea master, a quiet presence you can sense nearby, moves with an almost imperceptible grace, arranging the delicate tea implements on the low, lacquered table. The soft rhythmic sound of a bamboo whisk being carefully cleaned, a gentle swish against ceramic, occasionally punctuates the profound quiet of the pavilion. These small, focused sounds only serve to deepen the sense of calm, highlighting the meticulous attention to detail that defines this ancient ritual. Outside the pavilion, the gentle, irregular drip of water from the hidden fountain continues its soft melody, a constant, natural rhythm that blends seamlessly with the stillness. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the lingering warmth of the tea and its subtle, complex flavors to fully register. The feeling of the smooth porcelain in your hands, the gentle warmth radiating outwards, the faint, clean scent of the tea. All these sensations combine to create a profound sense of inner peace. Your breathing has deepened, becoming even and unhurried. Harmonizing with the quiet rhythms of the garden, you feel a sense of timelessness settle over you, a quiet reverence for the enduring beauty of this ritual. You open your eyes again, gazing into the depths of the tea, its rich green color, a calming visual. The light continues to soften, deepening the shadows within the pavilion, creating an even more intimate, cocoon-like atmosphere. You take another slow, deliberate sip, savoring the warmth and the subtle flavors one last time. The tea feels nourishing, a gentle balm for both body and spirit. The world outside this tranquil space feels infinitely far away, leaving only the quiet comfort of the pavilion and the delicate warmth of the porcelain cup, a perfect ending to this moment of profound, unhurried calm. The fresh, green scent of the garden pavilion and the delicate warmth of the tea ceremony gently recede as you step into the profound quiet of your mahogany-paneled study. The air here is immediately different, cooler and drier, carrying the deep, rich aroma of aged wood, old leather, and a faint, sweet trace of beeswax polish, a comforting and familiar embrace. Soft, diffused light, now tinged with the golden hues of late afternoon, streams through the tall, leaded glass windows, casting long, elegant shadows across the deep pile of the Persian rug. Your footsteps are completely absorbed by the thick wool, making your movement almost silent. The study is a sanctuary of quiet contemplation, its walls lined from floor to ceiling with meticulously crafted mahogany panels, each piece gleaming with a deep, burnished luster. The wood itself seems to hum with a quiet history, its smooth, cool surface inviting a gentle touch. You walk towards a large, heavy desk, also of dark mahogany, its surface polished to a mirror-like sheen. On it, a delicate brass lamp with a green glass shade casts a soft, focused glow, already prepared for the evening's quiet work. Your attention is drawn to a series of flat, wide drawers built into one section of the mahogany paneling, specifically designed to house your collection of antique maps. You reach out, your fingers finding the cool, smooth brass handle of the topmost drawer. With a slow, deliberate pull, the drawer slides open with a soft, almost imperceptible whisper of wood on wood, revealing its carefully arranged contents. A faint, dry, papery scent, distinct from the library's more general aroma, rises to meet you, a subtle essence of ancient journeys and forgotten lands. You gently lift the corner of a large, meticulously rolled map, feeling the delicate, slightly crisp texture of the aged paper beneath your fingertips. The parchment, a soft, creamy off-white, has a subtle, almost imperceptible crackle as you begin to unroll it. The process is unhurried, a careful unfolding of history. The map slowly reveals its intricate details. Delicate, hand-drawn coastlines, tiny, elegant script marking long-vanished cities, and mythical creatures depicted in the margins, their faded colors still holding a quiet charm. The soft light from the window catches the subtle variations in the paper's surface, highlighting faint creases and the delicate patina of time. You smooth the map carefully onto the polished surface of the desk, feeling the cool, dry paper settle with a soft, almost inaudible sigh. Your gaze traces the fine lines of rivers and mountain ranges, the delicate compass roses, and the beautifully rendered cartouches. Each detail speaks of a time when the world was still being discovered, when maps were as much art as they were science. The silence of the study is profound, broken only by the soft, distant tick of a grandfather clock in the hall, a rhythmic, comforting sound that marks the slow passage of time. You lean in slightly, observing a tiny, almost microscopic tear at the edge of the map, carefully mended with a delicate, nearly invisible repair, a testament to its value and preservation. The subtle scent of the aged paper, now closer, seems to deepen, filling your senses with its gentle, historical aroma. You pause, allowing your breath to slow, to match the unhurried pace of contemplation. The mahogany panels around you seem to absorb all external distractions, creating a perfect, quiet cocoon. You simply rest, allowing the intricate beauty of the antique map to transport your thoughts, a tranquil journey across time and space. The cool, smooth surface of the aged parchment, now fully unrolled on the polished mahogany desk, rests beneath your fingertips, a tangible link to forgotten journeys. The rich, woody scent of the mahogany-paneled study continues to envelop you, subtly blended with the dry, sweet aroma of ancient paper, creating an atmosphere of deep, quiet contemplation. The soft, golden light of the late afternoon, filtered gently through the tall, leaded glass windows, bathes the intricate map in a warm, inviting glow, highlighting its delicate, faded hues. The profound silence of the room, broken only by the distant, rhythmic tick of the grandfather clock in the hall, feels like a protective cocoon, allowing you to immerse yourself completely in the world unfolding before you. You lean in slightly, your gaze tracing the meandering lines of a coastline, rendered with such exquisite detail that you can almost feel the gentle curve of the land meeting the sea. Your index finger, moving with slow, deliberate care, follows the delicate, faded ink, feeling the almost imperceptible texture of the parchment beneath your skin. The paper has a subtle, dry crispness, a soft whisper against your touch as your finger glides along the intricate geographical features. You notice tiny, hand-drawn islands, each one a miniature masterpiece of cartographic art, their faint shading suggesting depth and form. The subtle variations in the ink's color, from a deep, almost sepia tone to a lighter, more ethereal brown, speak of the passage of centuries, a silent narrative of time. Your eyes then drift to a beautifully rendered compass rose, positioned elegantly in a corner of the map. Its intricate design, with delicate radiating lines and stylized fleur-de-lis pointing north, is a testament to the meticulous craftsmanship of the past. The muted colors, perhaps once vibrant, now possess a soft, dignified charm, a quiet beauty that resonates with the history it represents. You pause, allowing your gaze to linger on the tiny, almost microscopic details, the subtle imperfections in the hand-applied pigments, each one a unique mark of the artist's touch. The faint, earthy scent of the old parchment seems to deepen slightly as you absorb these intricate details, a subtle, grounding presence. You shift your weight slightly in the plush leather chair, feeling the soft, yielding material beneath you, its familiar comfort. Your hand moves to another section of the map, where a mythical sea creature, half serpent, half dragon, is depicted with a whimsical grace. Its scales, though faded, still suggest a subtle shimmer, and its eyes, tiny pinpricks of dark ink, seem to hold a quiet, ancient wisdom. You can almost feel the cool, dry air of the study on your face as you examine these fantastical elements, a gentle reminder of the imaginative spirit of the mapmakers. The soft light from the window continues to shift, creating new patterns of illumination across the map's surface, revealing previously unnoticed nuances in its intricate design. You allow your thoughts to drift, imagining the skilled hands that created this map, the faint scratch of quill on parchment, the slow, deliberate application of ink. You feel a profound connection to those distant times, to the explorers who relied on such documents, embarking on voyages into the unknown. The map is more than just a representation of geography. It is a silent chronicle of human curiosity and courage. The consistent, gentle tick of the grandfather clock provides a steady, comforting rhythm, a quiet anchor in the unfolding historical reverie. The study remains perfectly still, a sanctuary of peace and enduring wisdom. You simply rest, allowing the intricate lines and faded colors of the old parchment to gently guide your mind into a state of profound, unhurried calm, dissolving the boundaries of time and space. The intricate lines of the antique map, which held your quiet attention in the mahogany-paneled study, now gently recede as you step from the cool, enclosed space into the crisp, invigorating air of an early morning. You leave behind the rich, comforting scent of aged wood and paper and emerge into the fresh, dew-kissed countryside. The air here is profoundly clean, carrying the sweet, earthy fragrance of wet grass, damp soil, and the faint, distant perfume of wildflowers, a vibrant awakening after the stillness of the night. You walk towards the open doors of the stable, the soft, muffled sounds of horses shifting in their stalls, a familiar, comforting presence. The scent of warm hay and well-tended leather fills the air as you approach your favorite horse, its dark coat gleaming softly in the muted dawn light. You reach out, your hand resting gently on its powerful neck, feeling the smooth, warm skin beneath your palm, the subtle vibration of its breath. The horse shifts its weight almost imperceptibly, a soft, reassuring snort escaping its nostrils, a quiet acknowledgement of your presence. A groom moves with quiet efficiency nearby, making the final adjustments to the saddle. The deep, rich scent of saddle leather, softened and conditioned over years, is distinct and comforting. You run your hand over the smooth, taut leather of the saddle flap, feeling its cool, firm surface before grasping the reins. The leather of the reins is supple, perfectly molded to your grip, offering a subtle, tactile connection even before you mount. You place your foot into the stirrup, feeling the solid, cool metal, and swing yourself smoothly into the saddle. The familiar creak of the leather as you settle into place is a soft, welcoming sound, a gentle symphony of preparation. The horse begins to walk, its powerful body moving with a graceful, measured rhythm beneath you. Each hoofbeat is a soft, muffled thud on the damp, yielding earth of the path, a quiet percussion against the backdrop of the waking countryside. The cool morning air, still carrying the delicate chill of pre-dawn, brushes against your face, invigorating your senses. You feel the subtle, rhythmic sway of the horse's gait, a gentle, rocking motion that immediately connects you to its strength and fluidity. The distant, soft chirping of early birds begins to emerge from the surrounding trees, a delicate, interwoven chorus that slowly grows in volume. As you guide the horse into a leisurely canter, the rhythm becomes more pronounced, a graceful, flowing motion that feels like an extension of your own body. The soft thud of hooves quickens slightly, a steady, hypnotic beat. You feel the cool breeze now, more consistently against your skin, carrying with it the fresh, green scent of the fields stretching out around you. The rising sun, still low on the horizon, casts long, soft shadows, painting the dew-kissed grass in shimmering hues of silver and emerald. Each blade of grass, tipped with a tiny glistening droplet, catches the light, creating a sparkling, almost magical carpet beneath the horse's steady stride. You lean slightly into the turns, feeling the subtle shift of the horse's weight, the effortless coordination between you and the animal. The soft, rhythmic sound of the horse's breathing, a steady, measured exhalation, becomes a calming presence, a quiet reminder of life and movement. The gentle creak of the saddle, the soft whisper of the horse's mane against its neck, and the distant, muted sounds of the waking world all blend into a harmonious backdrop. You simply allow yourself to be carried, suspended in this moment of pure, unburdened movement, feeling the quiet strength of the horse beneath you and the vast, peaceful expanse of the countryside around you. Every breath is deep and even, a quiet surrender to the rhythm of the ride, dissolving any lingering tension. The rhythmic canter, a seamless extension of your earlier ride, continues to carry you deeper into the tranquil heart of your estate. The crisp morning air, still cool and fresh, brushes against your face, invigorating your senses with the pure, earthy scent of damp soil and vibrant green foliage. Each steady hoofbeat of your horse, a soft, muffled thud on the yielding path, forms a constant, calming rhythm that vibrates gently through the saddle and up into your body, a profound connection to the living landscape. You feel the powerful, fluid muscles of your horse moving beneath you, a graceful, undulating motion that is both strong and profoundly soothing. The rhythmic cadence of its hooves on the soft earth is a hypnotic beat, a continuous, gentle percussion that matches the steady rhythm of your own breath. Each stride is long and even, carrying you forward with effortless grace. The subtle creak of the saddle leather, a quiet counterpoint to the horse's measured breathing. The reins, supple and warm in your gloved hands, offer a light, responsive connection, a subtle guide to the animal's powerful movements. You lean slightly, moving in perfect harmony with the horse, a seamless dance of shared motion. The cool air continues to flow around you, a refreshing presence that clears the mind. The path ahead, a winding ribbon of soft earth, is bordered by ancient oak trees and dense thickets of hazel, their leaves still glistening with morning dew. Sunlight, now higher in the sky, filters through the dense canopy in shifting patterns, casting dappled light and long shadows across the path. You observe the vibrant greens of the leaves, from deep emerald of older foliage to the delicate lime of new growth. The distant chirping of birds, a gentle chorus, sounds almost muffled by the surrounding trees, creating a peaceful, natural soundscape. You notice delicate cobwebs strung between branches, catching the light like tiny shimmering jewels, each holding a perfect dewdrop. The air is still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of blossoming hawthorn from a nearby hedgerow. Your fingers rest lightly on the horse's mane, feeling the soft, warm strands brush against your skin with each gentle sway of its head. The subtle warmth emanating from its powerful body is a comforting presence, a living heat that permeates the saddle. You can hear the soft, measured exhales of its breath, a steady, calm rhythm that speaks of its strength and endurance. Its ears, subtly swiveling, catch distant sounds, a quiet attentiveness you feel through the reins. There's a profound sense of companionship, a silent understanding shared between you and this magnificent creature as you journey deeper into the familiar landscape of your estate. The gentle pressure of your legs against its sides is a soft, continuous communication. The path gradually narrows, leading you away from the open fields and into a denser, more ancient section of woodland. Here, the canopy above thickens, creating a cool, shaded tunnel where the light becomes even softer, a deeper, diffused green. As you enter, the rhythmic hoofbeats become more muffled, absorbed by the thicker undergrowth and damp earth. A new sound emerges, a gentle, continuous rustle of leaves, a soft, papery whisper that surrounds you from all sides. It's the sound of countless leaves, stirring in the barely perceptible breeze, creating a delicate, hypnotic symphony. This rustling is not harsh or sudden, but a constant, soothing presence, a natural sound that encourages a deeper sense of peace. Above you, the dense ceiling of leaves creates an intricate pattern, a living mosaic of green and brown. Tiny shafts of sunlight, like golden needles, pierce through the thick foliage, creating shifting patches of light on the forest floor. These small circles of light dance across moss-covered roots and damp earth, highlighting individual ferns and fallen leaves. The rhythmic hoofbeats and the gentle rustle of leaves which accompanied your exploration of the estate now fade into a profound quiet as you step from the crisp morning air into the cool, immaculate heart of your gourmet kitchen. The transition is seamless, a deliberate shift from the expansive outdoors to an intimate, focused space. The air here is distinct, carrying a clean, subtle scent of polished stone, faint citrus, and the promise of fresh ingredients, a refreshing contrast to the earthy aromas of the countryside. Soft, diffused daylight streams through tall, unadorned windows, illuminating the gleaming surfaces of stainless steel and pristine marble with a gentle, inviting glow. Your footsteps are soft and measured on the cool, large-format tile floor, making almost no sound. You move towards the wide, central island, its surface a continuous expanse of cool, smooth Carrara marble. The stone feels incredibly solid, a grounding presence in the room. Your hand reaches for the cool, polished chrome handle of the integrated refrigerator, opening it with a soft, almost imperceptible whoosh of air, a quiet sigh from its efficient mechanism. Inside, a vibrant array of freshly picked produce gleams under a soft internal light. You select a head of crisp, emerald green lettuce, its outer leaves still slightly damp, and a cluster of ripe, crimson tomatoes, their smooth skins cool to the touch. The earthy scent of the lettuce and the faint sweetness of the tomatoes mingle gently in the cool air as you carefully lift them from their shelves. You place the chosen vegetables into a deep, handcrafted ceramic basin on the marble counter. The basin itself has a satisfying, cool weight, its unglazed exterior subtly textured beneath your fingers. You then turn the polished chrome faucet, and a steady, clear stream of cool water flows with a soft, consistent whisper, gently cascading over the produce. You dip your hands into the water, feeling its refreshing chill as you carefully rinse each leaf of lettuce, allowing the water to run over its delicate surface, washing away any lingering dew or earth. The tomatoes feel smooth and firm as you gently rub their skins under the flowing water, a quiet, repetitive motion that is deeply calming. The soft sound of the water fills the immediate space, a natural, soothing melody. Next, you retrieve a thick, aged maple cutting board from its dedicated slot, feeling its substantial, smooth weight in your hands. The wood has a deep, warm hue, worn to a soft sheen by years of use, and carries a faint, clean, woody aroma. You place it squarely on the marble counter, the soft thud of wood on stone, a satisfying, grounded sound. From a magnetic strip on the wall, you select a finely honed chef's knife, its handle perfectly balanced in your grip. The cool, smooth steel of the blade gleams softly in the diffused light, a testament to its craftsmanship. You pause for a moment, simply holding the knife, feeling its weight and precision. With a focused, unhurried attention, you begin to slice one of the ripe tomatoes. The sharp blade glides through the taut skin with a soft, almost silent surrender, revealing the delicate, moist flesh and tiny, glistening seeds within. Each slice is even, precise, falling onto the maple board with a soft, wet whisper. The fresh, earthy scent of the tomato, now released, mingles with the subtle citrus notes in the air. You then turn to the lettuce, separating its crisp leaves with a gentle tear, the soft, dry rustle a delicate sound. The kitchen fills with these subtle, natural aromas, a quiet symphony of preparation. You pause, allowing the simple beauty of these ingredients and the focused calm of the moment to settle around you, feeling a profound sense of peace in this quiet artistry. The perfectly sliced tomatoes, glistening on the aged maple cutting board, reflect the soft kitchen light, their fresh, sweet scent, a subtle counterpoint to the crisp green lettuce leaves you carefully prepared earlier. The cool, smooth Carrara marble counter, still pristine, holds the promise of the meal's gentle unfolding. The air in your gourmet kitchen, maintaining its clean, subtle aroma, now begins to anticipate new fragrances, a natural evolution from the quiet artistry of preparation. Soft, diffused daylight continues to stream through the tall, unadorned windows, illuminating the gleaming surfaces with a gentle, inviting glow, creating an atmosphere of focused calm. You gather the glistening tomato slices and the finely chopped herbs, their collective aromas a delicate blend of earth and freshness. Your fingers brush lightly against the cool, firm surface of the maple cutting board as you gently scoop the ingredients. The subtle, almost imperceptible scrape of the knife's flat edge against the wood accompanies this transfer. You move towards the sleek stainless steel induction hob, its surface cool and dark, reflecting the kitchen's tranquil light. A heavy polished stainless steel pot, its surface gleaming, awaits on one of the burners. You lift the pot, feeling its substantial balanced weight in your hands, and place it with a soft, resonant thud onto the hob. From a small terracotta pot on the windowsill, you carefully select a sprig of fresh thyme and a few tender basil leaves. Your fingertips gently separate the delicate leaves from their stems, feeling their soft, pliable texture. As the aromatic oils are released, a subtle, herbaceous perfume blooms in the air, mingling with the earlier scents. The soft, dry rustle of the leaves as they detach is almost imperceptible, a quiet whisper of life. You then drop these fresh herbs into the pot, hearing a faint, almost silent splash as they meet the clear, golden broth already simmering gently within. The broth, previously almost odorless, now begins to slowly absorb these delicate fragrances, its promise deepening with each passing moment. With a gentle turn of a polished chrome knob, a faint, almost silent click, you adjust the heat beneath the pot. The broth, already at a low simmer, responds with a subtle, internal shift. Tiny, almost invisible bubbles begin to rise from the bottom of the pot, expanding slowly as they reach the surface and burst, with a soft, delicate pop, a continuous, rhythmic murmur that is deeply soothing. The light steam that rises from the broth carries with it an increasingly complex aroma. The savory depth of the simmering liquid, now interwoven with the bright herbaceous notes of the fresh thyme and basil. You lean in slightly, inhaling deeply, allowing the warm, fragrant steam to fill your senses, a profound culinary meditation. You reach for a long, slender wooden spoon, its handle smooth and warm from repeated use. The wood has a faint earthy scent of its own, a subtle complement to the aromas rising from the pot. With a slow, deliberate motion, you gently stir the simmering broth, feeling the slight resistance of the liquid as the spoon glides through its warmth. The soft, rhythmic sound of the spoon lightly scraping against the bottom of the stainless steel pot is a gentle, hypnotic percussion, a quiet, repetitive comfort. You watch as the herbs and a few small, clear vegetable pieces within the broth gently tumble and swirl, melding their flavors into a harmonious whole. The steam continues its steady, almost imperceptible ascent, carrying with it an ever-evolving bouquet of aromas that fills the quiet kitchen. You pause, resting your hands lightly on the cool, smooth marble counter, feeling the subtle warmth emanating from the simmering pot. Your gaze is drawn to the gentle, consistent bubbling of the broth, a quiet, mesmerizing dance of heat and flavor. The subtle fragrance of fresh herbs and simmering broth, which had filled your gourmet kitchen, now gently dissipates as you step from the cool, tiled interior onto the wide open terrace of your secluded villa. The air outside is immediately different, cooler and profoundly fresh, carrying the clean, invigorating scent of salt and damp sand, a stark yet welcome contrast to the culinary warmth you just left. Above you, the sky remains a deep, velvety indigo, but along the eastern horizon, a faint, almost imperceptible softening of the darkness hints at the imminent arrival of dawn. The distant, rhythmic murmur of the ocean, a constant, soothing presence, rises gently to meet you, a soft, hypnotic lullaby. Your bare feet find the cool, smooth surface of the wide terracotta tiles that pave the terrace. Each tile feels solid and grounding beneath your steps as you move towards the low, intricately carved stone balustrade. The stone, cool to the touch, has a slightly rough, ancient texture, worn smooth in places by countless sunrises. You lean against it, feeling its comforting solidity against your forearms, and gaze out across the vast, dark expanse of the ocean. The water below is a deep, impenetrable black, reflecting the last few brilliant stars that still cling to the pre-dawn sky, their light shimmering faintly on the restless surface. The only movement is the slow, deliberate roll of the waves, their white crests appearing briefly as fleeting whispers against the dark. Your attention is drawn to the very edge of the world, where the dark ocean meets the still darker sky. There, a subtle, almost imperceptible thread of pale rose begins to unravel itself, a delicate blush spreading slowly upwards. It's a quiet, patient unfolding, each moment revealing a fraction more of the sky's hidden beauty. The color deepens, transforming from the softest pink into a warm, gentle apricot, then slowly bleeding into hues of soft gold and lavender. This slow, graceful expansion of light feels like a breath being taken, a silent, profound awakening. The air, still cool, carries the increasing freshness of the new day, a subtle shift in its composition. As the colors intensify, reflecting on the smooth, dark surface of the ocean, the horizon line becomes more defined, a distinct separation between the sea and the emerging sky. The first direct light, a soft, golden glow, begins to spill across the water, illuminating the gentle undulations of the waves. You can now distinguish the faint, pale stretch of the secluded beach below, its sand, a soft, muted silver in the nascent light. The sand appears untouched, pristine, waiting for the full embrace of the sun. The consistent, soft whisper of the waves breaking on the shore, a steady, rhythmic hush, is the only sound that truly breaks the profound silence, a natural, calming presence. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the cool, clean air to fill your lungs, carrying the pure, fresh scent of the sea. Your shoulders begin to relax, your posture easing into the quiet observation. The villa around you remains still, a silent observer to this daily miracle, its ancient stone walls holding the quiet warmth of the coming day. You watch as the golden light continues its slow, steady ascent, painting the world in ever richer tones, transforming the dark expanse into a canvas of soft, luminous color. The feeling of being present for such a pristine, unhurried moment brings a deep sense of peace, a quiet joy. You simply stand, breathing slowly, allowing the unfolding beauty of the dawn to wash over you, pulling you gently into a state of profound, unburdened tranquility. The world awakens with a soft, silent sigh. The soft, rosy hues of dawn have now fully unfolded across the sky, leaving a clear, luminous morning light that bathes your secluded villa terrace. The cool, smooth terracotta tiles beneath your bare feet still hold a refreshing chill from the night, a grounding sensation that connects you to the earth. The dominant sound, a constant, soothing presence, is the rhythmic murmur of waves breaking on the shore below, a tranquil symphony greeting the new day. This sound, previously a distant hum, now feels closer, more immediate, drawing your full attention. You lean against the low, intricately carved stone balustrade, its ancient surface still cool to the touch, and gaze out across the now vibrant, sunlit expanse of the ocean. The water, a brilliant, shifting turquoise near the shore, deepens to an endless sapphire further out, reflecting the crisp, clear blue of the morning sky. Your eyes follow the gentle, continuous movement of the waves as they approach the sandy stretch of beach below, each one building slowly, gracefully, before curling into a soft, white crest. The sound of each wave is a delicate, multi-layered experience. First, a low, distant rumble, a subtle vibration that travels through the air. Then, a soft, growing hiss as the wave gathers momentum, its surface becoming a liquid sheet. Finally, a gentle, sustained steese as it breaks on the fine sand, a soft, foamy sigh. This is followed by the almost imperceptible whisper of the receding water, a quiet suction sound as it pulls tiny pebbles and grains of sand back into the vastness of the ocean. The rhythm is consistent, yet subtly varied, each wave a unique iteration of the same soothing pattern. The air, crisp and clean, carries the pure, invigorating scent of salt and the subtle, earthy aroma of wet sand, a refreshing blend that fills your lungs with each slow, deliberate breath. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the sound of the waves to completely envelop you, to become the sole focus of your awareness. The rhythmic murmur seems to wash over your thoughts, gently carrying them away, leaving your mind clear and still. You can feel the cool morning breeze, a soft, almost imperceptible caress, brushing against your face and arms, carrying with it the faint, clean scent of the distant sea. The warmth of the rising sun begins to touch your skin, a gentle, comforting presence that slowly spreads, a subtle warmth against the lingering coolness of the air. When you open your eyes again, the visual of the waves seems to deepen, becoming even more mesmerizing. Each wave, as it breaks, leaves behind a delicate, shimmering lace of foam on the wet sand, a transient pattern that quickly dissolves back into the water. The sand itself, a pale, soft gold, appears pristine and untouched, reflecting the morning light in tiny, sparkling glints. You notice how the sunlight catches the surface of the water, creating 1,000 tiny, dancing diamonds that glitter and shift with every ripple. The distant, almost imperceptible cry of a solitary seabird, a soft, melancholic call, drifts on the breeze, a gentle counterpoint to the continuous symphony of the waves. You lean further into the balustrade, feeling the ancient stone cool and solid beneath your hands, a constant anchor in this world of fluid motion and sound. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long and even, perfectly synchronized with the gentle, rhythmic ebb and flow of the ocean. The soft murmur of the waves feels like a constant, comforting presence, a natural lullaby that gently soothes every part of your being. You simply stand, breathing in the fresh, clean air, allowing the tranquil symphony of the sea to wash away all lingering thoughts, pulling you deeper into a state of profound, unburdened peace. The day stretches out, unhurried, a quiet promise, the soft murmur of waves on the shore, a tranquil symphony that greeted the day from your secluded villa terrace, now gently fades into a profound quiet as you step into the serene sanctuary of your private bathroom. The air here is immediately different, profoundly warm and humid, carrying the delicate, calming scent of lavender and a subtle, herbaceous note of essential oils, a deliberate and inviting contrast to the crisp, salt air of the ocean. Soft, diffused morning light, filtered through frosted glass panels, casts a gentle, ethereal glow across the polished marble surfaces, blurring every edge and creating an atmosphere of deep, unhurried calm. Your bare feet find the cool, smooth expanse of the large format marble tiles, each step deliberate and almost silent, absorbed by the inherent stillness of the room. Your gaze is drawn to the deep, freestanding bathtub, its pristine white porcelain gleaming softly in the diffused light. It is already filled to the brim with warm, inviting water, its surface perfectly still, reflecting the soft glow from above. Delicate wisps of steam rise gently from the water, curling and dissolving into the humid air, carrying with them the rich, calming fragrance of the infused oils. Tiny, almost imperceptible bubbles cling to the smooth, curved porcelain rim, a subtle testament to the luxurious warmth within. You approach the tub slowly, your movements unhurried, allowing the pervading scent of lavender to deepen, filling your lungs with each soft, even breath. The quiet hum of the villa's ventilation system is barely audible, a steady, low thrum that only enhances the sense of isolated tranquility. You extend a hand, your fingertips lightly brushing the surface of the water. It is exquisitely warm, a perfect, silken temperature that immediately soothes your skin. The water feels incredibly soft, almost liquid silk, yielding gently beneath your touch. As your fingers dip deeper, creating the faintest ripple, the subtle scent of the essential oils intensifies, a rich, aromatic cloud rising from the water's surface. You can feel the warmth radiating upwards, a profound, comforting heat that promises to melt away any lingering tension. The polished chrome of the faucet, still gleaming, catches the diffused light, a silent, elegant detail. The only sound is the almost imperceptible whisper of the rising steam, a constant, gentle sigh. With a slow, deliberate motion, you step into the bath, allowing the warm, silken water to embrace your skin. The initial sensation is one of profound release, a gentle cushioning as your body is enveloped by the luxurious warmth. The water rises around you with a soft, liquid whisper, a delicate displacement sound that is deeply calming. You feel a sense of weightlessness, a buoyant support that allows your muscles to completely relax, surrendering to the gentle embrace of the water. The smooth, cool porcelain of the tub's base feels solid and grounding beneath you, a comforting anchor in the floating warmth. Your head rests against the gently sloped back of the tub, its smooth curve offering perfect support, allowing your neck and shoulders to completely soften. You close your eyes, allowing the warm water to lap gently around your ears, creating a soft, muffled soundscape where only the quietest sounds penetrate. The pervasive scent of lavender and essential oils now feels like a warm, aromatic blanket, wrapping around you, calming every nerve. You can feel the tiny, almost imperceptible currents of the water moving against your skin, a delicate, continuous caress. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long and even, perfectly synchronized with the gentle, rhythmic rise and fall of your chest as the water supports your body. Every muscle, every fiber of your being feels completely at ease, profoundly soothed by the luxurious warmth and the calming aromas. The luxurious warmth of the deep bath, infused with calming lavender and essential oils, now completely envelops you, a profound and silken embrace that has settled your body into a state of perfect comfort and stillness. You are utterly suspended in the fragrant water, feeling its gentle buoyancy support every curve and contour of your form, dissolving any lingering sense of weight or pressure. The subtle herbaceous scent of lavender and essential oils, previously a delicate presence, now feels like a warm, aromatic cloud, permeating the humid air and filling your lungs with each slow, even breath, a continuous, calming presence that wraps around you like a soft, invisible blanket. Your head rests effortlessly against the gently sloped back of the porcelain tub, its smooth, cool surface, a perfect counterpoint to the pervasive warmth of the water. Your neck muscles, previously holding a subtle tension, have completely softened, releasing their hold, allowing your head to feel light and perfectly balanced. Your arms float gently on the surface of the water, the tips of your fingers barely breaking the surface, feeling the delicate, almost imperceptible currents. The water itself feels incredibly soft, almost liquid silk, a continuous, gentle caress against your skin, from your shoulders down to your toes. You notice the tiny, glistening droplets of condensation clinging to your eyelashes, each one a miniature lens, blurring the soft, diffused light that filters through the frosted glass panels of the room. The sounds of the world outside the bath have now receded almost entirely, leaving only the most subtle, intimate sounds. The gentle lapping of the water against the porcelain rim, a soft, rhythmic whisper, becomes the primary sound, a natural lullaby that cradles your awareness. It's a delicate, consistent contour against the pulse that seems to synchronize with your own slowing heartbeat. Occasionally, a single, almost imperceptible bubble will rise to the surface of the water nearby and burst with a faint, delicate pop, a tiny, transient punctuation in the pervasive quietude. These small, natural sounds only serve to deepen the sense of profound stillness, drawing you further into the present moment. You close your eyes completely, allowing the diffused light to create a soft, warm glow behind your eyelids, a gentle, internal illumination. In this serene darkness, your other senses seem to heighten, becoming more attuned to the subtle nuances of your surroundings. The pervasive scent of lavender feels more profound, more deeply inhaled, its calming properties permeating every cell of your being. You can almost feel the aromatic molecules settling within you, bringing a deep, organic sense of peace. The warmth of the water, a consistent, luxurious heat, seems to flow through your veins, relaxing every muscle, every fiber, from your scalp down to the soles of your feet. Each exhale is longer, softer, carrying away any lingering trace of thought or tension, a quiet, complete release. You allow your body to drift, almost imperceptibly, a slow, gentle shift within the confines of the tub. The water responds with an equally gentle slow motion, creating the faintest ripple that washes over your skin, a continuous, tender touch. This subtle, unforced movement enhances the feeling of weightlessness, of being utterly unburdened. Your breathing has become deep and even, a steady, measured rhythm that feels perfectly natural, perfectly at ease. There is no need to move, no need to think, only to exist in this perfect present moment, held by the fragrant warmth and the profound stillness. A profound sense of timelessness settles over you, a quiet reverence for this moment of absolute comfort and peace. The world outside, with its demands and distractions, has completely faded from your awareness, leaving only this intimate sanctuary of warmth, scent, and sound. The profound stillness and comforting warmth of the bath now gently recede as you step from the serene sanctuary of your private bathroom into the expansive, hushed elegance of your grand salon. The air here is immediately different, cooler and drier, carrying the delicate, subtle scent of polished wood, ancient tapestries, and a faint, clean floral note, a refined contrast to the humid warmth you just left. Soft, diffused afternoon light, filtering through tall, arched windows, casts long, gentle shadows across the gleaming parquet floor, creating an atmosphere of quiet grandeur. Your footsteps, now on a thick, hand-knotted rug, are completely absorbed, making your presence almost silent. A distant, flowing melody, a classical concerto, drifts gently into the salon, its notes soft and harmonious, filling the vast space without ever feeling intrusive. The music is not loud, but rather a subtle, interwoven thread in the pervasive quietude, a delicate acoustic texture that invites deep listening. You move towards a large, inviting chaise lounge, upholstered in a rich, deep velvet, its color a muted sapphire. The fabric looks incredibly soft, an island of comfort in the expansive room. You settle onto its generous cushions with a slow, deliberate motion, feeling the gentle give of the plush material beneath you, its cool, smooth surface brushing against your skin. The soft creak of the antique frame as you find your perfect position is a quiet, familiar sound. Your head rests against a soft velvet pillow, its texture yielding gently, providing perfect support. Your gaze drifts across the high, ornate ceilings, where delicate plasterwork patterns catch the soft afternoon light, creating subtle plays of light and shadow. The walls, adorned with large antique mirrors in gilded frames, reflect the diffused light, making the room feel even more expansive, even more serene. The distant music, a flowing melody of strings and piano, seems to resonate gently through the very structure of the salon, a subtle vibration that you feel almost imperceptibly through the chaise lounge. Each note is distinct, yet seamlessly woven into the tapestry of the piece, a delicate dance of sound. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the rich, harmonious notes of the concerto to wash over you, to become the sole focus of your awareness. The music is not demanding, but rather invites a gentle surrender, allowing your thoughts to drift and dissolve into the intricate patterns of sound. You can discern the subtle interplay between the instruments, the delicate plucking of strings, the soft, sustained notes of the piano, each contributing to the overall sense of calm and beauty. The air around you, still carrying the faint floral scent, feels consistently cool and fresh, a perfect complement to the enveloping warmth of the velvet beneath you. When you open your eyes again, the room seems to glow with a soft, internal light, enhanced by the reflective surfaces and the gentle afternoon sun. The music continues its unhurried flow, a constant, comforting presence that fills the vast space with its quiet beauty. You notice how the light catches the intricate weave of a nearby tapestry, its muted colors depicting a serene pastoral scene, a silent narrative unfolding on the wall. The subtle shifting of shadows as the sun moves slowly across the sky adds a dynamic yet tranquil element to the stillness, a visual echo of the music's gentle progression. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing your shoulders to soften further, your posture to ease completely into the plush comfort of the chaise lounge. The distant, flowing notes of the concerto feel like a gentle current, carrying you effortlessly into a state of profound peace. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long and even, perfectly synchronized with the unhurried tempo of the music. The rich, harmonious notes of the classical concerto continue their gentle, unhurried flow, a constant, comforting presence that now feels less like sound and more like a soft, liquid current, carrying you deeper into quiet contemplation within your grand salon. You are still settled comfortably on the plush, velvet chaise lounge, feeling its deep, yielding cushions embrace your form, a luxurious cradle that perfectly supports your body. The soft, diffused afternoon light, now a deeper gold as the sun slowly descends, continues to filter through the tall, arched windows, painting the gleaming parquet floor in ever-softening hues, deepening the sense of profound tranquility. The music washes over you, each note a delicate ripple in the air, a gentle caress to your senses. You can distinguish the subtle, sustained vibrato of the strings, a continuous, shimmering thread that weaves through the melody, creating a profound sense of depth and resonance. The piano notes, soft and perfectly articulated, fall like gentle raindrops onto a still lake, each one creating its own perfect, expanding circle of sound before dissolving into the next. There is no urgency in the music, only a patient unfolding, a graceful progression that seems to slow time itself. The air, still carrying the faint, clean floral scent of the room, feels consistently cool and fresh, a perfect complement to the enveloping warmth of the velvet beneath you. You close your eyes, allowing the intricate patterns of the concerto to become your entire world. The sounds are not merely heard, but felt, resonating gently within your chest, a subtle vibration that harmonizes with your own slowing heartbeat. You can almost feel the texture of the music, its smooth, polished surface, its delicate, intricate weave. Your shoulders sink deeper into the soft velvet, releasing any lingering remnants of tension, feeling them gently melt away with each passing note. The velvet itself feels incredibly soft against your skin, a continuous, gentle pressure that grounds you to the present moment. The faint, almost imperceptible hum of the house, A distant, steady thrum adds another layer of subtle sound, a quiet backdrop to the symphony. As the music reaches a particularly soft, sustained passage, you feel a profound sense of weightlessness, a gentle, floating sensation that lifts your thoughts away from any earthly concerns. Your breathing has deepened even further, becoming long, slow, and utterly effortless, perfectly synchronized with the unhurried tempo of the concerto. Each inhale is a quiet intake of peace, each exhale a soft, complete release. The delicate scent of polished wood and ancient tapestries, a subtle blend that is unique to this grand salon, seems to deepen with each breath, filling your lungs with a sense of enduring history and calm. The music continues its unhurried journey, a seamless, continuous flow of sound that becomes increasingly hypnotic. You are no longer actively listening, but simply being absorbed, allowing the gentle current of the melody to carry you wherever it wishes. The soft, shifting light behind your closed eyelids creates subtle, amorphous patterns of gold and amber, a gentle, internal light show that mirrors the fluid movement of the music. The chaise lounge feels like an extension of your body, its velvet softness a continuous, comforting embrace. A profound stillness settles over you, a complete surrender to the moment. Your limbs feel heavy and deeply relaxed, yet weightless at the same time. The gentle, rhythmic cadence of the music, the luxurious comfort of the velvet, and the consistent, soft scent of the room all combine to create a perfect cocoon of peace. You are utterly at ease, your mind quieted, your body profoundly rested. The concerto fades almost imperceptibly into the background of your awareness, becoming a gentle, continuous hum, a soft, unwavering presence that holds you in its serene embrace. The last, lingering notes of the classical concerto, which had filled your grand salon with their gentle harmony, now softly recede into memory, replaced by the quiet, radiant stillness of a new dawn. You step into the sun-drenched morning room, the air immediately lighter, carrying a clean, subtle scent of beeswax and fresh linen, a bright contrast to the salon's deeper, more complex aromas. Golden light, already strong and clear, streams through tall, unadorned windows, painting wide, luminous stripes across the polished wooden floor, illuminating tiny dust motes dancing lazily in the quiet air, creating an almost ethereal glow. Your bare feet find the cool, smooth surface of the wide oak floorboards, each step deliberate and unhurried. You move towards a large, oval table positioned perfectly to catch the morning sun, its surface a deep, burnished mahogany that gleams with a rich, inviting luster. On it, a pristine white linen cloth is spread, its crisp, cool surface draped smoothly, ready for the day's quiet ritual. Arranged carefully on the cloth is a selection of antique silver pieces, a delicate sugar bowl, a slender cream pitcher, and a set of small ornate spoons, each bearing the subtle dullness of tarnish. Their forms, though muted, hint at their inherent beauty and intricate craftsmanship. The faint, metallic scent of the aged silver hovers gently in the air, a quiet whisper of its long history. From a small, velvet-lined box, you retrieve a soft, thick polishing cloth, its flannel surface incredibly plush and yielding beneath your fingertips. The fabric has a faint, clean scent of its own, a subtle cottony softness. Next to it, a small, elegant jar of silver polish awaits, its lid a cool, smooth silver. With a gentle twist, you open the jar, and a delicate, almost imperceptible creamy scent, clean and slightly chemical, rises to meet you. You dab a small, precise amount of the thick white cream onto a corner of the soft cloth, feeling its cool, smooth consistency against the fabric. The silence of the room is profound, broken only by the soft, distant chirping of early birds from the garden outside, a delicate, interwoven chorus that slowly grows in volume. You select a small, ornately detailed spoon, feeling its cool, solid weight in your hand. The delicate engravings along its handle are almost obscured by the faint layer of tarnish, their intricate beauty momentarily hidden. With a slow, deliberate motion, you begin to rub the cream-laden cloth across the surface of the spoon. The contact creates a soft, almost imperceptible whisper, a gentle, rhythmic friction of fabric against metal. As you continue with a steady, circular motion, the dullness of the tarnish slowly begins to yield, giving way to a nascent, silvery gleam. The sound is consistent, a continuous, soft, a hypnotic rhythm that encourages a deep, focused calm. You feel the subtle warmth generated by the friction, a gentle heat that radiates from the metal into your fingertips. As the tarnish disappears, the intricate details of the spoon's craftsmanship begin to emerge with renewed clarity. You trace the delicate scrollwork with your eyes, observing how the polished surface now catches the golden sunlight, reflecting it back in tiny, dancing glimmers. Each curve, each tiny engraved line, seems to awaken, revealing its hidden artistry. The silver, once dull, now gleams with a profound, luminous brilliance, a testament to the patient, repetitive work. The scent of the polish, initially distinct, now fades into a clean, fresh metallic aroma, subtly mingling with the beeswax of the furniture. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing your shoulders to soften further, your posture easing into the rhythm of the task. You carefully wipe away any lingering residue with a clean section of the cloth, revealing a perfectly polished surface. The light plays across the now brilliant silver, creating a miniature galaxy of shifting reflections. The soft gleam of the freshly polished silver spoon, now resting on the crisp linen cloth, reflects the golden light of the sun-drenched morning room, a testament to the quiet artistry of your touch. The air, clean and subtle with the faint scent of beeswax and a hint of fresh metallic polish, feels consistently serene. You are still seated at the large, oval mahogany table, its burnished surface reflecting the ambient light with a deep, inviting luster. The profound silence of the room, punctuated only by the distant, soft chirping of birds, feels like a warm, supportive embrace, allowing for deep concentration. You select the next piece, a small, elegant sugar tong, its delicate arms slightly dulled by a fine layer of tarnish. You turn it gently in your hand, feeling its cool, solid weight, observing the intricate, almost microscopic details of its design, momentarily obscured by time's gentle veil. You pick up the soft, thick flannel polishing cloth, its plush surface already softened by the silver cream. You dab another precise amount of the smooth white polish onto a fresh corner of the fabric, feeling its cool, creamy consistency against the soft fibers. The simple, repetitive nature of these actions is deeply calming, a quiet ritual of care. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to rub the cream-laden cloth across the surface of the sugar tong. The initial contact creates a soft, almost imperceptible whisper, a gentle, rhythmic friction of fabric against metal. You guide the cloth along the delicate curves and intricate patterns, feeling the subtle resistance of the tarnish as it slowly begins to yield. The sound is consistent, a continuous, soft sh-sh-sh, a hypnotic rhythm that encourages a profound sense of focus and calm. You feel the subtle warmth generated by the friction, a gentle heat that radiates from the metal into your fingertips, a tangible connection to the transformation unfolding under your touch. As you continue with steady circular motions, the dullness of the tarnish slowly gives way to a nascent, silvery gleam. The transformation is gradual, a patient unveiling of beauty. You watch with a quiet satisfaction as the intricate details of the sugar tongs design, previously hidden, begin to emerge with renewed clarity. Each tiny curve, each delicate joint, each almost invisible engraving, seems to awaken, reflecting the golden sunlight in miniature, dancing glimmers. The silver, once muted, now begins to radiate a soft, luminous brilliance, a quiet testament to the meditative act of care you are performing. The faint, clean metallic scent, now more pronounced, subtly mingles with the beeswax of the furniture, creating a unique, comforting aroma in the air. You pause for a moment, holding the partially polished tong, allowing your eyes to trace the line where the dull tarnish meets the emerging gleam, a subtle demarcation of time and restoration. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long and even, perfectly synchronized with the gentle, rhythmic strokes of your hand. The smooth, cool metal of the tong feels increasingly vibrant, alive, as its inherent luster is restored. The soft, distant chirping of birds from the garden outside continues its delicate chorus, a gentle, natural backdrop that enhances the profound stillness of the room. With a final gentle wipe, you remove any lingering residue from the surface of the sugar tong. It now gleams with a pure, radiant brilliance, reflecting the soft morning light with an understated elegance. The intricate details of its craftsmanship are now fully revealed, sharp and clear. With a soft, almost inaudible clink, you carefully place the polished tong next to the already gleaming spoon on the fresh linen cloth, their combined brilliance, a quiet affirmation of the beauty of careful restoration. You lean back slightly in your chair, feeling the gentle support of the mahogany, allowing your shoulders to soften further. The soft gleam of the polished silver, reflecting the golden light of the morning room, now gently recedes as you settle into the quiet, focused atmosphere of your study. The air here, cooler and drier, carries the deep, rich aroma of aged mahogany and old leather, a comforting and familiar embrace. Soft, diffused daylight, now a gentler gold as the sun climbs higher, streams through the tall, leaded glass windows, casting long, elegant shadows across the deep pile of the Persian rug. The profound silence of the room, punctuated only by the distant, rhythmic tick of the grandfather clock, feels like a warm, supportive cocoon, inviting deep concentration. You are seated at your large, heavy mahogany desk, its surface polished to a mirror-like sheen. On a crisp, white blotter, a sheet of thick, creamy stationery lies perfectly flat, its surface waiting for the deliberate touch of ink. The paper has a subtle, almost imperceptible texture, a fine tooth that promises a smooth glide. Beside it, a slender, exquisitely crafted fountain pen rests, its polished barrel gleaming softly in the ambient light. The cool, smooth metal of its cap catches the light, a silent invitation to begin. You reach out, your fingers closing around the cool, substantial weight of the fountain pen. Its balance is perfect, a natural extension of your hand. With a gentle twist, you uncap the pen. The soft, almost inaudible snick of metal on metal, a delicate sound in the quiet room. The nib, a slender, polished gold, gleams softly, its tip a tiny, precise point. A faint, clean scent of ink, subtle and slightly metallic, rises from the nib, a quiet promise of words to come. You pause for a moment, simply holding the pen, allowing your thoughts to gather, to coalesce into the quiet purpose of crafting a thoughtful letter. You position the nib delicately on the thick paper, feeling the fine, almost imperceptible friction as it makes contact with the surface. With a slow, deliberate movement, you begin to form the first letter, guiding the pen with a steady, unhurried hand. The nib glides across the paper with an exquisite smoothness, a soft, almost silken whisper, leaving behind a fine, consistent line of dark, rich ink. The sound is barely audible, a continuous, soft, a delicate rustle that accompanies each stroke, a hypnotic rhythm that encourages a profound sense of focus and calm. You can almost feel the ink flowing from the reservoir, a liquid thought being transferred to the page. Your gaze follows the graceful curves and precise angles of your own handwriting, observing how the dark ink absorbs into the thick, creamy fibers of the paper, becoming a permanent part of its surface. There is no smudging, no feathering, only a clean, crisp impression that speaks of quality and care. The faint, metallic scent of the ink, now more pronounced, subtly mingles with the rich aroma of the mahogany, creating a unique, comforting blend in the air. Each word is chosen with intention, each phrase carefully crafted, a quiet act of communication that transcends the hurried pace of the outside world. You pause, lifting the pen for a moment to consider the next thought, the next phrase. The subtle click of the pen's nib as it leaves the paper is a tiny, precise sound. You feel the cool, solid weight of the pen in your hand, a constant, grounding presence. The study remains perfectly still, a sanctuary of quiet artistry, filled with these subtle, natural sounds and evolving, comforting aromas. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long and even, perfectly synchronized with the gentle, rhythmic strokes of your pen. You feel a profound sense of peace settling over you, a quiet satisfaction in the intentional act of creating something enduring and beautiful. The light continues to soften, deepening the golden hues in the room, slowly inviting a deeper, unburdened tranquility, a gentle prelude to deep and restorative sleep. The smooth glide of the fountain pen, which held your attention as you crafted a thoughtful letter, now continues its rhythmic dance across the thick, creamy paper. The air in your mahogany-paneled study remains still, carrying the faint, clean scent of ink, subtly mingling with the rich aroma of aged wood and old leather, creating an atmosphere of deep, focused calm. You are still seated at your large, heavy desk, its polished surface gleaming softly in the gentle, golden light of the afternoon. The profound silence of the room, punctuated only by the distant, rhythmic tick of the grandfather clock, feels like a warm, supportive cocoon, inviting an even deeper concentration. Your fingers maintain their light, steady grip on the cool, substantial barrel of the fountain pen. The nib, a slender, polished gold, continues its graceful journey across the page, leaving behind a fine, consistent line of dark, rich ink. The sound it makes is barely audible, a soft, almost imperceptible shook, a delicate scratch that accompanies each stroke, a hypnotic rhythm that gently guides your focus. You can almost feel the subtle texture of the paper beneath the nib, a fine resistance that allows for perfect control, a tactile connection to the words unfolding on the page. Each letter is formed with intention, each curve and line a deliberate act of creation. You pause for a moment, lifting the pen slightly from the paper, allowing your gaze to drift across the words you have written. The dark ink, now fully absorbed into the thick creamy fibers, appears crisp and permanent, a quiet testament to the enduring power of written communication. The faint, metallic scent of the ink, now more pronounced as it dries, rises gently from the page, a subtle, grounding presence that fills your senses. You notice how the ambient light catches the very slight sheen of the dried ink, a delicate shimmer that adds a subtle depth to the words. With a soft, deliberate motion, you dip the nib of the fountain pen into a small, elegant, crystal inkwell, its multifaceted surface catching and refracting the light in tiny, dancing glimmers. The dark, liquid ink within the well seems to absorb the light, a deep, inviting pool. The nib submerges with a soft, almost inaudible plink, a delicate sound that signals its replenishment. You lift the pen slowly, allowing any excess ink to drip back into the well, a tiny, glistening bead of black liquid falling with a soft, rhythmic drip, drip, drip that is both natural and deeply calming. The movement is unhurried, a quiet moment of preparation before continuing the flow of thought. You return the replenished pen to the paper, feeling the familiar, gentle friction as the nib makes contact once more. The smooth glide resumes, the soft, barely there scratch of the nib a continuous, soothing presence. Your thoughts flow effortlessly, translating into elegant script, each word a quiet extension of your inner calm. The study remains perfectly still, a sanctuary of focused artistry, filled with these subtle, natural sounds and evolving, comforting aromas. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long and even, perfectly synchronized with the gentle, rhythmic strokes of your pen, a profound sense of peace settling over you. The golden light filtering through the leaded glass windows has softened even further, deepening to a warm, amber glow as the afternoon slowly transitions towards evening. This subtle shift in light creates longer, more pronounced shadows across the mahogany panels, adding to the intimate, cocoon-like atmosphere of the study. You continue to write, each word a quiet contemplation, each sentence a measured expression. The rhythmic scratch of the nib, the faint scent of ink, and the unwavering concentration all combine to create a truly meditative state, gently dissolving any remaining thoughts or concerns. The lingering scent of ink and aged mahogany from your study now gently dissipates as you step into the bright, fresh air of the morning room. The transition is seamless, a delicate shift from focused introspection to a quiet, creative act. The air here is immediately lighter, carrying a clean, subtle perfume of green stems and damp earth, a vibrant contrast to the deeper aromas of the study. Golden light, already strong and clear, streams through tall, unadorned windows, painting wide, luminous stripes across the polished oak floor, illuminating tiny dust motes dancing lazily in the quiet air, creating an almost ethereal glow. Your bare feet find the cool, smooth surface of the wide, oak floorboards, each step deliberate and unhurried as you move towards the center of the room. You approach a large, round table positioned perfectly to catch the morning sun, its surface a deep, burnished mahogany that gleams with a rich, inviting luster. On it, A collection of freshly cut blooms from your private garden awaits, their vibrant colors, a soft explosion against the polished wood. Delicate roses, their petals still holding tiny glistening dewdrops, lie beside slender sprigs of lavender and broad, deep green leaves. The combined scent is intoxicating, a rich blend of sweet floral notes, crisp green earth, and a hint of morning dampness, filling the air around you with its natural perfume. You reach out, your fingertips lightly brushing against the cool, smooth surface of a single rose petal, feeling its velvety softness. Beside the flowers, an elegant crystal vase stands ready, its multifaceted surface catching and refracting the golden light into tiny, dancing rainbows. You lift the vase, feeling its satisfying, cool weight in your hands, the smooth, polished glass a pleasant sensation. You then turn the polished chrome faucet of a nearby sink, and a steady, clear stream of cool water flows with a soft, consistent whisper, filling the vase with a delicate, rhythmic gurgle. The water rises slowly, its surface perfectly still, reflecting the soft light from above. You turn off the faucet with a gentle, almost silent click, leaving the vase filled with pristine, cool water, ready to receive its precious cargo. You select a particularly fragrant rose, its stem long and straight. With a pair of slender, sharp floral shears, you carefully trim the end of the stem, hearing a crisp, clean snip as the blade severs the fibers. The sound is precise, satisfying. You then gently pluck away any lower leaves that would fall below the waterline, feeling their smooth, cool texture beneath your fingertips, the soft, dry rustle a delicate sound. A faint, earthy scent of fresh sap rises from the cut stem, mingling with the rose's perfume. Each action is deliberate, unhurried, a quiet preparation. With careful precision, you guide the prepared rose stem into the waiting vase. The stem slides smoothly into the cool water, creating a soft, almost imperceptible plink sauce as it touches the bottom. The delicate rose head, a soft blush pink, settles gracefully above the rim, its petals gently unfurling in the ambient light. You then select a sprig of fragrant lavender, its tiny purple florets releasing their calming aroma as you trim its stem with another soft snip. This, too, finds its place in the vase, its slender form adding a delicate height and a contrasting hue. The quiet beauty of the arrangement begins to unfold, a harmonious composition of color and scent. You step back slightly, allowing your gaze to take in the emerging arrangement. The flowers seem to breathe in the golden light, their colors appearing even more vibrant against the clear crystal and the deep mahogany. The air around you is now rich with the complex perfume of the combined blooms, a delicate, evolving fragrance that calms and invigorates simultaneously. The delicate fragrance of roses and lavender, already a comforting presence in the morning room, now deepens and becomes more complex as you continue to arrange the freshly cut blooms. The air, clean and subtle, is rich with the evolving perfume of green stems, damp earth, and an increasing sweetness from the opening petals, a truly vibrant and calming blend. You are still seated at the large, round mahogany table, its burnished surface gleaming softly in the clear golden light that streams through the tall windows. The profound silence of the room, punctuated only by the distant, soft chirping of birds, feels like a warm, supportive embrace, allowing for an even deeper immersion in this quiet artistry. You select a pristine white lily, its petals still tightly furled, promising future elegance. You feel the cool, smooth texture of its stem, its firmness, a subtle contrast to the softer rose. With the slender, sharp floral shears, you carefully trim the end of the lily's stem, hearing a crisp, clean snip as the blade severs the fibers. The sound is precise, satisfying, a small punctuation in the quiet room. You then gently pluck away any lower leaves that would fall below the waterline, feeling their smooth, cool texture beneath your fingertips, the soft, dry rustle, a delicate sound. A faint, fresh, green scent of sap rises from the cut stem, mingling with the lily's subtle, clean fragrance. Each action is deliberate, unhurried, a quiet preparation for its place in the arrangement. With careful precision, you guide the prepared lily stem into the waiting crystal vase, its multifaceted surface catching and refracting the golden light. The stem slides smoothly into the cool water, creating a soft, almost imperceptible chalaplink as it touches the bottom. The pristine white bloom, still partially closed, settles gracefully above the rim, its elegant form adding a new dimension of height and purity to the composition. You then turn your attention to a cluster of smaller, deep crimson roses, their petals a rich velvet texture. You trim their stems with another series of soft snips, feeling the subtle resistance of the woodier stems. As each new bloom finds its place, the arrangement begins to transform, evolving from individual elements into a harmonious, living sculpture. The delicate fragrance of the roses, now more prominent, intertwines with the clean, almost waxy scent of the lilies, creating a complex, evolving perfume that fills the entire room. You observe the silent dance of color and form, the soft blush pinks blending with the vibrant crimson, all underscored by the pristine white of the lilies and the verdant green of the supporting foliage. The golden light from the window catches the delicate curve of a rose petal, then the smooth, almost translucent surface of a lily, creating subtle plays of light and shadow that add depth and movement to the static arrangement. You step back slightly from the table, allowing your gaze to take in the complete, emerging beauty of the floral composition. The flowers seem to breathe in the golden light, their colors appearing even more vibrant against the clear crystal and the deep mahogany. The air around you is now rich with the complex perfume of the combined blooms, a delicate, evolving fragrance that calms and invigorates simultaneously. The morning room remains perfectly still, a sanctuary of quiet artistry, filled with these subtle, natural sounds and evolving, comforting aromas. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long and even, perfectly synchronized with the gentle, rhythmic unfolding of the floral arrangement. You reach out, your fingertips lightly brushing against the cool, smooth surface of a lily petal, feeling its soft, delicate texture. There is a profound sense of connection to these living forms, a quiet appreciation for their ephemeral beauty. The delicate fragrance of roses and lilies, which filled the morning room with a silent dance of color and form, now gently dissipates as you step through a wide, arching doorway into the cool, still air of your formal gardens. The transition is seamless, a delicate shift from indoor artistry to expansive, moonlit tranquility. The air here is immediately different, profoundly cool and fresh, carrying the subtle, earthy perfume of damp soil, night-blooming jasmine, and a faint, sweet hint of honeysuckle, a truly calming and invigorating blend. Above, the sky is a deep, velvety indigo, illuminated by the soft, ethereal glow of a full moon, casting long, silvery shadows across the meticulously manicured pathways. Your footsteps, now on fine, crushed gravel, make a soft, rhythmic shock sound, a gentle percussion that accompanies your slow, meandering stroll. You move along a perfectly straight path, bordered by precisely clipped boxwood hedges, their dark green forms appearing almost black in the moonlight. The gravel beneath your feet feels firm, yet subtly yielding, each tiny stone shifting with a soft, dry whisper as you pass. The cool night air, still holding a delicate chill, brushes against your face, a refreshing caress that invigorates your senses. You lift your head, inhaling deeply, allowing the rich, complex perfume of the night garden to fill your lungs, a profound and calming breath that settles your thoughts. The distant, almost imperceptible hoot of an owl, a soft, melancholic call, occasionally punctuates the profound silence, a natural, soothing presence. Your gaze follows the intricate geometric patterns of the garden beds, their shapes defined by the silvery moonlight. Delicate roses, now slumbering, appear as soft, indistinct forms, their petals still holding the faint, sweet scent they release during the day. The large, elegant lilies, their white petals now luminous in the moon's glow, seem to radiate a soft, internal light, their subtle fragrance becoming more pronounced in the cool night air. You notice the tiny, glistening droplets of dew clinging to the tips of the leaves, each one a miniature mirror, reflecting the moon's ethereal light, creating a sparkling, almost magical carpet beneath your slow, deliberate steps. You pause beside a towering ancient oak tree, its massive trunk, dark and textured, a silent sentinel in the moonlight. You reach out, your fingertips lightly brushing against the rough, cool bark, feeling its ancient, gnarled surface. The tree seems to hum with a quiet, enduring strength, a profound connection to the earth and the passage of centuries. The subtle rustle of its leaves high above, a soft, papery whisper in the barely perceptible breeze, adds another delicate layer to the symphony of the night garden. The air here feels even cooler, carrying the deep, earthy scent of the tree's bark and the damp soil around its roots, a primal, grounding aroma. You continue your leisurely stroll, allowing your gaze to drift across the moonlit landscape. A small, ornate stone fountain, previously a gentle murmur during the day, now stands perfectly silent, its still water reflecting the full moon like a polished silver disk. The absence of its usual gentle gurgle only serves to deepen the pervasive quietude of the garden, creating a profound sense of peace. The shadows cast by the hedges and trees are long and distinct, stretching across the gravel paths in intricate, shifting patterns, creating a beautiful, monochromatic tableau. The contrast between the brilliant moonlight and the deep, inky shadows is mesmerizing, a silent dance of light and dark. The rhythmic of your footsteps on the gravel, consistent and unhurried, becomes a gentle, hypnotic presence, a quiet anchor in the unfolding tranquility. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long and even, perfectly synchronized with the measured pace of your stroll. The cool, still air of your moonlit formal gardens continues to embrace you, now even more profoundly, as you follow a winding path of fine, crushed gravel. The rhythmic of your footsteps is a constant, gentle accompaniment, a soothing percussion that synchronizes with your unhurried pace. Above, the deep, velvety indigo sky is ablaze with countless stars, each one a tiny, shimmering diamond, while the soft, ethereal glow of the full moon casts long, intricate shadows across the meticulously manicured landscape. The air, cool and fresh, carries the subtle, earthy perfume of damp soil and night-blooming jasmine, a truly calming and invigorating blend that fills your lungs with each slow, even breath. Your gaze drifts across the precisely clipped boxwood hedges, their dark green forms appearing almost black in the moonlight, creating a sense of ordered tranquility. The shadows they cast are long and distinct, stretching across the gravel paths in intricate, geometric patterns, a beautiful, monochromatic tableau. These subtle shifts of light and dark create a visual rhythm, a silent dance that guides your eye deeper into the garden's quiet beauty. You notice how the moonlight catches the delicate, almost imperceptible shimmer of dew clinging to the tips of the leaves, each tiny droplet reflecting the moon's ethereal light, creating a sparkling, almost magical effect along the edges of the hedges. Further along the path, a series of classical stone statues emerge from the deeper shadows, their elegant forms appearing almost spectral in the soft moonlight. You approach one such figure, a serene nymph, her features softened by time and the gentle play of light. The ancient stone, cool and smooth, seems to radiate a quiet, enduring presence. You pause, allowing your eyes to trace the delicate contours of her drapery, the subtle lines of her form, now rendered in shades of silver and deep shadow. The faint, earthy scent of damp stone, a primal aroma, rises gently around the statue, mingling with the sweet fragrance of the night-blooming flowers. The profound silence of the garden deepens around you, punctuated only by the distant, almost imperceptible hoot of an owl, a soft, melancholic call that enhances the pervasive stillness. You continue your leisurely stroll, your footsteps a soft, consistent whisper on the gravel. The path leads you through an archway formed by ancient climbing roses, their thorny branches now bare, but their memory of fragrance still present in the cool air. The moonlight, filtering through the sparse branches, creates a delicate, lace-like pattern on the path ahead, a fleeting, transient beauty. You pass by a formal pond, its surface a perfectly still mirror, reflecting the full moon and the brilliant stars above, with pristine clarity. The water is utterly undisturbed, a perfect canvas of celestial light. The cool air, still holding a delicate chill, brushes against your face, a refreshing caress that invigorates your senses without jarring them. The rhythmic of your footsteps on the gravel, consistent and unhurried, becomes a gentle hypnotic presence, a quiet anchor in the unfolding tranquility. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long and even, perfectly synchronized with the measured pace of your stroll. The cool, fresh air, the delicate night scents, and the ethereal glow of the moonlight all combine to create a profound sense of inner peace. You feel completely at ease, your mind quieted, your body profoundly relaxed. The world outside this formal garden has completely faded, leaving only this intimate sanctuary of cool air, subtle sounds, and the profound stillness of the moonlit night. You stand for a final moment, gazing up at the countless stars, their silent, ancient light streaming down upon you. The cool, still air of your moonlit formal gardens, with its subtle shadows and path of quiet reflection, now gently recedes as you step through a discreet, heavy wooden door. The transition is seamless, a delicate shift from expansive nocturnal tranquility to the focused, almost hermetic quiet of a master's atelier. The air here is immediately different, profoundly still and dry, carrying the faint, precise scent of polished brass, fine lubricants, and a subtle, almost imperceptible metallic tang, a clean and disciplined aroma, soft, consistent light, emanating from carefully positioned lamps, bathes the room in a steady, even glow, illuminating every minute detail without harshness. Your footsteps, now on a smooth, dark wooden floor, make almost no sound, absorbed by the inherent stillness of the space. You move towards a large, polished workbench positioned beneath a high, arched window, its glass opaque, filtering out the outside world. The workbench itself is a pristine landscape of smooth, dark wood, meticulously organized. Tiny, gleaming tools, each one a miniature work of art in itself, are arranged with precise order on velvet-lined trays. A skilled watchmaker sits hunched over a complex mechanism, his posture one of profound concentration, his body utterly still. He wears a jeweler's loupe, its polished lens magnifying his eye, allowing him to perceive worlds invisible to the naked glance. The rhythmic, almost imperceptible, the built-iatash of countless unseen movements within the watches on display is the only sound, a delicate, hypnotic chorus that fills the hushed space. Your gaze settles on his hands, which move with an astonishing, almost reverent precision. They are steady, unhurried, each movement economical and exact. He holds a pair of impossibly fine tweezers, their tips gleaming softly in the lamplight. Between the tips, a minuscule gear, no larger than a grain of sand, is held with perfect, unwavering control. The brass of the gear catches the light, reflecting tiny, ephemeral glimmers as he carefully maneuvers it. The air around him seems to hold its breath, so intense is his focus. You notice the faint, clean scent of the fine oil he uses to lubricate the delicate components. A subtle, almost sweet aroma that blends with the metallic tang in the air. He lowers the tiny gear with excruciating slowness, guiding it towards its designated place within the open mechanism of a watch. The movement is so deliberate, so controlled, that it appears to unfold in slow motion. Your eyes follow the precise descent of the gear, observing how its tiny teeth, almost invisible, align perfectly with the waiting cogs. There is no sound of contact, only the visual confirmation of its flawless placement. His breath is even, deep, a quiet rhythm that underscores the silent intensity of his work. The light from the lamp casts a perfect, unmoving circle of illumination on the intricate metalwork, highlighting every microscopic spring, every gleaming jewel. He then reaches for a tool with a slender, polished tip, a delicate probe. With an almost imperceptible pressure, he gently nudges a tiny, coiled spring into its precise position. The spring, made of an almost impossibly fine metal, has a subtle, almost invisible tension. There is a faint, almost inaudible click as it settles into its slot, a soft, satisfying sound that speaks of perfect alignment and meticulous craftsmanship. The sound is so delicate, so precise, that it feels like it vibrates directly within your own awareness, a quiet affirmation of the watchmaker's skill. The profound stillness of the atelier is absolute, broken only by these fleeting, delicate sounds of creation. You pause, allowing your breath to deepen, to match the unhurried pace of the watchmaker's work. The delicate precision, the focused calm, the intricate beauty of the tiny components, all these sensations combine to create a profound sense of inner peace. The delicate precision of the watchmaker's craft, which held your attention as he placed a minuscule gear, now continues its mesmerizing unfolding. You are still within the profoundly still and dry air of the atelier, surrounded by the faint, precise scent of polished brass, fine lubricants, and a subtle metallic tang. The soft, consistent lamplight, emanating from carefully positioned lamps, bathes the workbench in a steady, even glow, illuminating every minute detail of the intricate mechanism without harshness. The rhythmic, almost imperceptible tick-tick-tick of countless unseen movements within the watches on display continues its delicate, hypnotic chorus, a constant, soothing presence that fills the hushed space. Your gaze remains fixed on the watchmaker's hands, which move with an astonishing, almost reverent precision. They are steady, unhurried, each movement economical and exact. He holds another impossibly fine component, perhaps a tiny, polished screw, its threads almost invisible to the naked eye, between the tips of his gleaming tweezers. The cool, smooth metal of the screw catches the light, reflecting tiny, ephemeral glimmers as he carefully aligns it. The air around him seems to hold its breath, so intense is his unwavering focus on the microscopic world before him. You notice the faint, clean scent of the fine oil he uses to lubricate the delicate components, a subtle, almost sweet aroma that blends with the metallic tang in the air, creating a unique, comforting blend of scents. He lowers the tiny screw with excruciating slowness, guiding it towards its designated threaded opening within the open mechanism of a watch. The movement is so deliberate, so controlled, that it appears to unfold in slow motion, a ballet of miniature engineering. Your eyes follow the precise descent of the screw, observing how its tiny threads, almost invisible, align perfectly with the waiting, microscopic grooves. There is no sound of contact, only the visual confirmation of its flawless engagement. His breath is even, deep, a quiet rhythm that underscores the silent intensity of his work, a testament to years of patient practice. The light from the lamp casts a perfect, unmoving circle of illumination on the intricate metalwork, highlighting every microscopic spring, every gleaming jewel, every delicate pivot. He then reaches for a tool with a slender, polished, almost needle-like tip, a miniature screwdriver. With an almost imperceptible pressure, he gently turns the tiny screw. The rotation is slow, precise, a delicate act of tightening. There is a faint, almost inaudible, click, click, click as the threads engage, a soft, satisfying sound that speaks of perfect alignment and meticulous craftsmanship. The sound is so delicate, so precise, that it feels like it vibrates directly within your own awareness, a quiet affirmation of the watchmaker's extraordinary skill. The profound stillness of the atelier is absolute, broken only by these fleeting, delicate sounds of creation, these soft, precise clicks that punctuate the deeper silence. You pause, allowing your breath to deepen, to match the unhurried pace of the watchmaker's work. The delicate precision, the focused calm, the intricate beauty of the tiny components, all these sensations combine to create a profound sense of inner peace. The rhythmic tick-tick-tick of the unseen watches on the shelves becomes a gentle, continuous hum, a quiet current that carries your thoughts effortlessly, dissolving any lingering thoughts or concerns. You feel completely at ease, your mind quieted, your body profoundly relaxed. The cool, dry air of the atelier, with its subtle metallic scent, feels like a calming balm. The watchmaker leans back slightly, his focused gaze still fixed on the intricate mechanism, a silent moment of assessment. The soft click of tiny gears and the focused calm of meticulous handiwork from the watchmaker's atelier now gently recede, dissolving into a profound, enveloping quiet as you step into the deep stillness of your bedroom. The transition is seamless, a deliberate shift from intricate focus to vast, unburdened tranquility. The air here is immediately different, profoundly cool and settled, carrying only the faint, clean scent of laundered linen and a subtle, almost imperceptible whisper of cedar from the wardrobe, a truly calming and familiar embrace. Outside the tall, darkened windows, the world has surrendered entirely to the deep night, leaving only an absolute, pervasive silence. Your bare feet find the thick, plush wool carpet, each step completely absorbed, making your movement almost entirely soundless. You move slowly towards the center of the room, your posture easing, your shoulders softly releasing any lingering tension from the day. The carpet beneath your feet feels incredibly soft and yielding, cushioning your steps, inviting a gentle, unhurried pace. The profound darkness of the room is almost absolute, broken only by the faintest, almost imperceptible glow from a distant indicator light on a forgotten device. A tiny, unwavering pinprick of red that barely disturbs the deep shadows. The absence of light feels like a soft, protective blanket, wrapping around you, encouraging your senses to turn inwards. The subtle, rhythmic hum of the house's distant systems is barely audible, a steady, low thrum that seems to vibrate gently through the very structure, a constant, reassuring presence that only deepens the sense of isolated calm. You approach the bed, its inviting form a soft, dark mound in the pervasive gloom. The crisp, cool silk sheets, already turned down, reveal a pristine expanse of white, their surface appearing almost luminous in the faint ambient light. You reach out, your fingers lightly brushing against the cool, smooth fabric, feeling its exquisite softness, its delicate texture, a familiar comfort. The duvet, plump and yielding, rests softly at the foot of the bed, its weight promising a gentle warmth. You smooth a hand over the cool silken pillowcase, feeling the fine, tight weave of the fabric, a perfect surface for quiet rest. The subtle scent of clean linen, fresh and pure, rises gently from the bedding, a delicate, calming aroma that fills your immediate space. With a slow, deliberate motion, you carefully pull back the duvet, its soft, lightweight shifting with a faint, almost imperceptible rustle of fabric. The sound is delicate, a whisper against the profound quiet of the room. You then ease yourself onto the edge of the bed, feeling the gentle give of the mattress beneath your weight, its deep cushioning, perfectly conforming to your form. The cool, smooth silk of the sheets immediately envelops your legs and lower back, a refreshing and luxurious sensation against your skin. You shift slightly, finding your perfect position, feeling the familiar contours of the mattress cradle your body, providing complete support. You lie back fully, allowing your head to settle onto the cool, soft pillow. The silk feels exquisite against your cheek, its smooth surface a soothing caress. Your body sinks deeper into the mattress, feeling a profound sense of weightlessness, a gentle buoyancy that allows every muscle to completely relax. The cool, still air of the room, the delicate scent of clean linen, and the pervasive darkness combine to create a perfect cocoon of peace. You close your eyes, allowing the deep internal darkness behind your eyelids to merge seamlessly with the external dark, blurring the boundaries between inner and outer space. Your breathing deepens, becoming long, slow, and utterly effortless, a gentle, rhythmic rise and fall that seems to echo the profound stillness of the night. Each inhale is a quiet intake of peace, each exhale a soft, complete release. The profound stillness of deep night, which had enveloped your bedroom in a final quiet meditation, now deepens further, becoming an almost tangible presence as you settle completely into the cool luxury of your silk sheets. You are utterly still, suspended in the gentle embrace of your bed, the pervasive darkness around you feeling like a soft, heavy blanket that absorbs all light and distraction. The air, cool and settled, carries only the faintest, clean scent of laundered linen, a pure and unburdened aroma that fills your lungs with each slow, even breath. Outside the tall, darkened windows, the world has completely surrendered to the deep night, leaving only an absolute, pervasive silence that feels infinite. You lie on your back, your head resting perfectly on the cool, smooth silk pillow. The fabric feels exquisitely soft against your cheek, its fine, tight weave a delicate caress. Your neck muscles have completely released their hold, allowing your head to feel utterly weightless, perfectly supported. Your arms rest gently at your sides, palms turned upwards, feeling the cool, smooth silk sheets beneath your hands. The fabric yields to the subtle curve of your fingers, a continuous, cool sensation against your skin. The duvet, light yet substantial, covers you from your chest down to your toes, its soft, downy weight, a comforting presence that gently presses against your body. You feel the subtle warmth radiating from beneath the duvet, slowly permeating your skin, a delicate balance between coolness and warmth. Your breathing has deepened, becoming long, slow, and utterly effortless, a gentle, rhythmic rise and fall that seems to echo the profound stillness of the night. Each inhale is a quiet intake of peace, each exhale a soft, complete release. The subtle, almost imperceptible shift of the silk sheets against your body as your chest expands and contracts is the only sound that truly registers, a delicate whisper of fabric against fabric, a continuous, soothing presence. You can feel the very air itself, cool and clean, entering your nostrils, filling your lungs with a sense of pure, unburdened calm, then gently leaving your body, carrying away any lingering trace of thought or tension. This rhythmic exchange is the anchor, the gentle current that draws you deeper into rest. You make a tiny, almost imperceptible adjustment to your left shoulder, feeling the luxurious silk slide smoothly against your skin with a soft, liquid whisper. The fabric gathers slightly, then settles, cool and smooth once more. The mattress beneath you, deeply cushioned, responds with a gentle, slow give, perfectly conforming to the new contour of your body, providing complete and unwavering support. You feel a profound sense of weightlessness, a gentle buoyancy that allows every muscle to completely relax, surrendering to the gentle embrace of the bed. The sensation is one of being utterly held, utterly secure, with no need for movement, no need for effort. The pervasive darkness behind your closed eyelids merges seamlessly with the external dark of the room, blurring the boundaries between inner and outer space. There are no visual distractions, no lingering images, only a soft, formless expanse of velvety blackness. Your thoughts, once perhaps like distant fireflies, now slow, becoming diffuse and indistinct, like clouds slowly dissolving into a vast empty sky. They pass without attachment, without urgency, simply drifting away, leaving your mind clear and tranquil. The cool, clean scent of linen, a constant, subtle presence, seems to deepen with each breath, filling your senses with a profound, organic sense of peace. You feel the slight, comforting weight of the duvet, its gentle pressure on your legs and torso, a continuous, reassuring embrace. The silk sheets, cool where they meet your skin, then subtly warmed by your body heat, create a delicate temperature balance that is exquisitely comfortable.